And good morning. Good afternoon, everybody. It is a minute after 1 p.m. as we say good afternoon to all of you. We are back on the air with what will be special coverage here. We are on Mix 104.1. We're on MixTV.tv. We're also with our friends on Fiesta 99.1. And we are on your phone and mobile device. It's going to be very important throughout this weather event that we are reaching out to you in any way we possibly can. But I can tell you that over the next few hours, or at least until the threat has passed, we will be on the air. We will be covering this event with long-form programming. And so we are utilizing the full resources, all of the platforms of Mix 104.1, MixTV.tv. Plus, there's a lot of experience here in doing these type of things. And so I want to welcome you, and I do want to mention, first of all, that our severe weather coverage brought to you by Insurance Incorporated. As we say hello to Bridget. It seems like I just talked to you a few minutes ago. I don't know.
Yes, I feel like saying good morning as well, but it is afternoon.
It is afternoon. Dwayne Williams is with us. Dwayne, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to everybody out there as well.
And also Austin Chadwick, and we've got radars and we've got stuff pulled up all over the place here to keep everyone informed. And instantly I start thinking about power outages. Dwayne and Bridget have some numbers for you in a moment, but I would remind everyone that if your radio goes out, if you lose power, you can listen to us on your phone, your mobile devices. Download the free Mix 104.1 app at mymix1041.com. I want to go around the table here, and we'll start with Bridget. Bridget, what do you got?
Okay, just kind of looking at the radar here, we are having a few rain showers here in our area currently. This is not the main line of storms that we're going to get here in just a little while, but some rain out there. And looks like the heaviest part of the storm system is just east of the Huntsville, Alabama area. So, and that is headed east, headed our way.
All right, Dwayne, I want to go over to you. You've got some reporting.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give you some power outages that we've gotten in the last, probably the last 15 minutes. We'll start off with VEC, Volunteer Electric Cooperative. We can tell you in Bradley County, the latest update that we have, about 1,700 homes, about 9% that they service are without power right now, including a portion of Frontage Road. We'll get to right to that in a few minutes. Also, McMinn County reporting with Volunteer, about 65 people without power there. Meigs County, 465. Then we got Polk County, 352 people without power. And then Ray County reporting at 636. So that's from Volunteer Energy Cooperative. And we can also report Cleveland Utilities, not as much around the area. Beach Circle Northwest, they have some power outages there. Then also around 25 homes are out around Harrison Pike area. And then in the Athens area, we reported a little bit ago, about 2,000 people total, counting the whole city of Athens without power right now. Steve, I'll go ahead and give you some trees that are down if you like, if you want to do that. We know that there's a tree down on Frontage Road that's going to be about a mile past the Target Shopping Center where that is at. And then we also got reports of a tree down on Hooper Gap and Mill Hamlet Road, a tree down on the power line there. The 2700 block of Lower River Road, a tree is down across the power line. And then No Pone Road, a tree is reported there, Steve, across the road on No Pone Road. So that's what we've got at this particular moment. If people want to call in or give us a text of something that they notice out there, please text the HHM text line 614-6499. Bridget is going to monitor that, and we'll make sure we get those on. Or you can also call us on the volunteer Rittipass Mix line 614-6499. Steve, back over to you.
Getting reports, Allison Pryor from Local 3 reporting down in Huntsville, Alabama. 69 mile per hour wind gust at the Huntsville airport. With this approaching storm line from the west. And I want to go to Austin, who's we just blinked here. Our power blinking as we speak at Mix 104.1. I guess we're still on. Austin, I want to go over to you. You're looking at the radar, all kinds of pictures there.
Yes, actually, we just lost radar, but yes.
You need to come back.
Move in this way. Local 3 has reported there's tornado warnings out for Franklin, Tennessee, Jackson, Alabama, Lincoln, Tennessee, Madison, Alabama. So if you look on that radar, which we can go back to here in a minute, just that long, strong line of storms there. That's where all the action's happening. Exactly what Allison Pryor told us this morning. It's going to be right along that line, and anything that's in front of it, there's little pop-out storms that happen in front of it. Those are the ones we're going to keep an eye on.
All right. Again, Dwayne was giving you the power outage numbers, and we blinked here. And so that's reset some of our screens right here, and we're getting those back up. Mix 104.1, also mixtv.tv, so you can watch us, you can listen, and right now, Austin, I'm seeing what Local 3 is putting out right now. And there is just a bunch of ugly-looking stuff, not the purple color as we've looked at. And I'm talking about the Winchester, really Mont Eagle, and that area is really getting it right now. Tracy City, that area. And Dwayne, you and I talked earlier this morning about this area. This is how this storm is coming. Now there is some purple down there. You start getting down into North Alabama. Purple, folks, is the worst color on a radar screen. That's the most severe. And so it is creeping in there into North Alabama. But Dwayne, you and I were talking about the trajectory of a storm means an awful lot about what's going to happen.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. It is going to have to hit Mont Eagle at some point, and that could be a little bit of a buffer for us. Sometimes we do see some dissipation of storms once it gets to Mont Eagle when it comes in this direction. So hopefully that will be the case for us this afternoon as it's fastly approaching that. Steve, we did get another report texting in that the power is out at Old Charleston Road. We have a power outage there. Thanks so much for that coming through. And
then Hancock Road as well. We heard from someone in that area just a minute ago via the text line.
So that is a new feature, really, a new way to reach out. And Austin, if you just want to leave the radar up, do whatever you want as far as Mix TV is concerned. I mean, you do anyway, so who cares? But looks like Ottawa is getting a
little bit of a sale there, yeah.
Winchester.
Austin, I need a little more volume out of you, buddy.
These are like around Winchester, Mont Eagle, and a little bit south from that. Those are tornado warnings that are out. So this is the storms that's heading towards us. There's currently tornado warnings out, which generally means that there's a funnel cloud that's been spotted or a radar indicated funnel cloud. So there is a good possibility there's a tornado on the ground there. So these storms are heading towards us. Wherever you need to be safely, I would advise to go there now, hunker down, be ready not to leave, be ready to stay in place for the next few hours.
All right. Also, keep in mind that Steve, we're still underneath a tornado watch here till 5 o'clock this afternoon. So that's something we don't want to forget. And Bridget mentioned it earlier. The risk level for the entire listening area, we bumped up to that level 3 out of 5 earlier. And with this latest band of storms that we're seeing now approaching that Mont Eagle area, and what Austin was just mentioning, it could be something that might even heighten up a little bit more. But the thing we're still most concerned about is the damage challenging winds. Whether we get any more besides the tornado watch that we're under right now, when you see 70+ mile an hour winds, that does a lot of damage, which we've already seen from those bursts of winds that we've seen already with trees down, making power go out all over the area. So there again, if you got a vehicle that you park like in your driveway or maybe in your yard, if you're one of those people that park in your yard and you got a tree there, as much rain and stuff that we had, I think I would move that out of the way for the next couple of hours, because you don't want to have a tree down across your vehicle, especially this afternoon.
And that's a good point. We are live on Mix 104.1 on the radio. I can't say this enough. If you were to lose power, you can get us at least the audio, and honestly, you can get the video stream on your phone and mobile device through the Mix 104.1 app. That's a free download at mymix1041.com. We are, Bridget, I know we're taking text messages from people, we're taking phone calls, that sort of thing.
That's right. Yeah, our phone line, text line open right now, 614-6499, the Volunteer Ridipest Mix line, the HHM text line as well, that same number, 614-6499.
So we are live here at our broadcast headquarters, and we're going to be on the air until the threat passes. So this is why schools were closed today, folks. They did not. And again, a big thank you to all of our school leaders and our emergency leaders who they lean on, our emergency management folks, because they did not want children being transported on a day like today. But we are right now seeing the radar, and right now, and yes, Austin mentioned a second ago, what is coming here is now a long line of storms, really up into Kentucky. Hey, Austin, how can you maneuver that? How far north does that storm band go? Well, that's about about southern Kentucky.
So to the north of Kentucky, or the southern border of Kentucky, right there.
And how far south does it go? Can we see that?
It's down into Birmingham. Looks like Tuscaloosa is kind of the bottom part of it, but that's where the storms that are heading up towards us are generating from.
Yeah, here we are on the third day of March, and we're already talking about this, and that is a very large system. So you go from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, to the south, all the way up to the north in southern Kentucky, and that is what is heading this way. And Dwayne, we're going to go back over to you.
Let's see here. Frontage roadside of Hooper Gap, they are shutting it down because we mentioned a tree was down at Hooper Gap and Mill Hamlet Road. So they're telling us now they're going to be shutting it down, the frontage side of Hooper Gap, to get that tree removed. So that is something people need to be aware of. Steve, something else that happened about 11 minutes ago. We got information from Bradley County that they were going to open those storm ready rooms. And so those are open now. They opened at 1 o'clock, and so that's been about 15 minutes ago. And these, as we've been mentioning, if you live maybe in a prefabricated home or just a place that you feel unsafe that would have those 75 mile an hour plus winds, you may want to go ahead and make your way towards one of these ready rooms, the storm ready rooms that they've got. And the locations is Menace Road, which is fire station number 11, located at 365 Menace Road. Dalton Pike, fire station number 12, which is located at 2015 New Street. And then Georgetown Road, fire station 13. You'll find that at 5345 Georgetown Road. And then Walker Valley High School on Lauderdale Memorial Highway. Those are the 4 places that you can go. Those storm ready rooms opened at 1 o'clock. Again, we instruct if you know people or have family members or anyone that you feel would be better suited there, they probably should go ahead and make their way to one of those storm ready rooms.
I just gave Bridget the most important task of the entire day. Turn the air on, because the Lord knows I'm a puddle. No, I'm kidding. Hey, just got this in. Thank you very much. Bradley County Commissioner Mylan Blake tells us that already a couple of trees are down Blythe Ferry near North Ocoee Street. Thank you, Mylan. A couple of trees already down Blythe Ferry near Ocoee. And thank you for the compliment. I'll pass that along to the team. Yes, we've got a real team effort here. this afternoon. We're going to be on the air until the threat passes. Quite frankly, folks, this is why we have a broadcast license. This is what it's all about, is to inform you, the public, and so you'll be safe. And Bridget, we were talking this morning, and that was, we really talking with Allison Pryor at Local 3, a wonderful Cleveland High graduate, Cleveland native, talking with her. She felt like, look, you're going to want to get your business done by about noon today. Boy, did that bear out.
Yeah, they've been spot on today for sure. And, we've been talking about this band reaches from Kentucky all the way down to Alabama, but it's a very narrow storm system moving through. So I started earlier this morning. I was watching coverage from Tupelo, Mississippi, and then once it moved on into the Huntsville area, I started watching there. And so the same story from both of those cities as this storm system moved through is how quickly it's passing. So it may be rough for quite some time or for a little bit, but it is going to pass through pretty quickly, thankfully.
Austin, I'm looking at another monitor over here, and it looks like Franklin, Tennessee is under they're a thunderstorm warning. It's Jackson, Alabama. Has a tornado warning, but that area you're just talking about there, Jasper, South Pittsburgh, Whitwell, Monteagle, those are the problem areas right now. Is that correct?
Yes, that's where the main line of storms, if you see, we're kind of in the middle of it at this point. And, you see that rotation that comes from the south, and you've got your pressure on the east. It's kind of creating a little vortex there. So you see a lot of bending and stuff of the storms just as they're hitting, going over Monteagle and along the Cumberland Plateau as it exits that area.
Of course, we're asking the public to also keep us informed of anything that you feel as if the public, your friends and neighbors, would need to know about. That is anything. You can reach out to us by phone call or text message. Volunteer Red Pest Mix Line 423-614-6499. The HHM text line is 423-614-6499. Dwayne?
All right, more information in about some road problems. Morgan Road traveling towards Eureka Road is going to be shutting down. They're saying they're shutting it down right around the Valley Barn on Eureka. Again, Morgan Road traveling towards Eureka Road, shutting it down right around that Valley Barn on Eureka. So that is something else that is shutting down as well. Steve, I know that we're talking about a tornado warning that's there in the Jackson, Alabama area. And, of course, right now we're underneath a tornado watch. And sometimes, and I've been guilty of this in the past as well, sometimes you kind of get a little confused between a watch and a warning.
Yeah,
I think this is a good time for us just to kind of give our audience, as we're going to be talking about both of them over the next couple of hours. Again, a tornado warning going on in Jackson, Alabama. We've been showing you radar and talking about that. Austin has been mentioning some of those things. But a tornado watch, which is what we're underneath at this particular moment in Bradley County and a lot of our listening area. Watch means that the weather conditions for tornadoes are favorable during the next few hours. A watch usually covers a large area of several cities, counties, and sometimes even multiple states. And then we'll get into a tornado warning in just a minute. I know you got a caller. It's very important, Steve. So back to you.
Let's go to the phones. I believe we have County Fire Chief Sean Fairbanks. Sean, how are you?
I'm great, Steve. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, but take it from the top here, if you will, Chief Fairbanks, Sean Fairbanks, Bradley County Fire and Rescue. Just give us what we need to know.
Steve, at this time we are answering calls. We have several reports and responding to power lines down in different parts of the county. We've had some in the north, Eureka Road area, trees falling on the lines. Minimal fire, but mostly power outages and lines down. We are responding engines to those, waiting for power companies. Sheriff's Department's helping us out a whole lot, standing by, making sure nobody gets in it so we can get back in service and get to the next call. Just downtown here at our headquarters on Inman Street, there's been some awnings blew off of some buildings. Firemen had to go help carry some awnings off of Inman Street. That's pretty good sized winds. We're currently monitoring the situation. It looks like they got some tornado warnings right now on the screen coming down through Suwannee and Jackson County south of us a little bit before it gets to Chattanooga. Hope those lines break up a little bit before they get this far. But right now, mostly power lines going down and some trees are falling on them. So that's the most of it right now at this time.
We're joined by Bradley County Fire and Rescue Chief Sean Fairbanks on the phone. I know you've opened Bradley County's opened the storm ready rooms. Those have been open since 1 o'clock. Is that correct?
That is correct. We should have folks there from the Amateur Radio Club to help folks get situated that want to use those. And the EOC is open. We do have personnel there ready to go in case of any emergency, so we can manage our resources appropriately. And got extra staff standing around ready to respond to anything that comes our way.
Well, and I tell you, it's one of these situations where it seems to be, and correct me if I'm wrong, or if maybe there's been an update since then, but it seems to be that we were looking at this generally a 1 to 5 p.m. Potential weather event, but even more specifically 2 until 4 p.m. thereabouts. Is that still what we're operating under?
That's what we're currently operating under. Kind of watching local news out of the Chattanooga area. Your 3, 9s, and 12s. They're doing live stuff right now. It looks like too. They're saying Cleveland area, for the way this track's moving, they just reported that it's moving at 55 miles an hour. So it's moving at a very fast-paced clip. And so they're saying about 2:30, the Cleveland area should have the heavy rain and 70-mile-an-hour winds. So we're bracing for that right now. But currently, I think there's 2 or 3 calls going on right now with some power line down from trees falling on them.
And then last thing, and obviously the decision, and I know the directors of schools, Bradley County, Cleveland City, work with you and your team and Troy Spence and EMA and that sort of thing. It was obviously a great decision to not go to school today.
Yeah, because it'd be about getting out of time for school, and we definitely don't want those school buses on the road with those 70-mile-an-hour winds. That would be a bad day. So right. Good decision on Dr. Cash and Dr. Dyer's decisions there.
All right, Chief Sean Fairbanks, I really appreciate the call. Just stay in touch with us as you can, okay?
I'll be in touch soon, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Sean Fairbanks, Bradley County Fire and Rescue Chief. Bridget, anything you got over there?
No, I'm keeping an eye on the TDOT SmartWay cameras. Not seeing any sort of accidents or any delays at this point, but just keep in mind with these wind gusts like they are, it's difficult to drive in, especially on the interstate. So do keep that in mind this afternoon.
Austin, I was actually about to ask you this, but Chief Fairbanks answered my question before I could ask it, and that was the speed of the storm. And he's saying about 55 miles per hour. That is fast.
Yeah, that's moving faster than we normally see storms pass through, which is also playing into the factor of how dangerous these could possibly be.
Certainly so. And Dwayne, I'll go right back over to you. But as you digest that information you just received, so you heard Chief Fairbanks talk about 2:30. Now, Our thought was, look, get where you're going by about this time. And if you're not there yet, I hope that you'll get there soon. But for Cleveland and Bradley County, it would be about 2:30 is what we're looking at right now. Dwayne?
Yeah, we do have a couple of more things traffic-wise and down power lines and trees. Council Road northeast, a tree is broken in half. They're telling us there at Council Road. Nopone Road traffic is hazardous there. They're saying go another way if you can. Don't travel down Nopone Road. And this is a traffic accident just into us. The Speedway on 25th Street, 2-car wreck there in front of the Speedway on 25th Street. That just into us from the Don Leffer Cleveland Mixed Highway Patrol Team. We appreciate all of the updates. You are, when you call or text in to us at 423-614-6499, you are helping your neighbors and everybody else to get the word out.
Right now at 1:25, we have a tornado watch in effect until 5:05 this afternoon, and that is in effect really for our entire listening area. And Bridget was talking about the interstate. Now we have that up on MixTV.tv. We are on Mix 104.1 radio. We're on MixTV.tv, and you're seeing, Bridget, it looks as if whatever angle that's 24 East.
Yeah, that's on Monteagle.
That's on Monteagle Mountain.
That's Monteagle. Oh, you've got that. It's written there. Okay, Monteagle. So
yeah, that's the exact camera I was just looking at. Also looking at another one on the top of the mountain, and it's just, you can just see sheets of rain. They're getting very, very heavy rain and wind right there in Monteagle right now.
Boy, they really are, and they're really getting it as we look at the radar. This system from southern Kentucky all the way down to Tuscaloosa. Yeah, look at that. Man.
Yep, that's the top of Monteagle Mountain right there.
They are really getting it right now. I'm getting some more reports in right here, guys. We have power lines down 200 Kahala Road southeast. Just got that in. Morgan Road in Eureka. You may have said that. Power lines down.
Yeah.
And then, and I think you've mentioned this one, but the 5600 block of Frontage Road, power lines down there. Let's see here. Getting some more information here. Tornado watch, as I was saying, until 5:05. Storm moving right now about 55 miles per hour. If you were to lose power, you can get us on your phone and mobile device through the free Mix 104.1 app. You can listen there. Download it if you've not yet. mymix1041.com. The latest that we have, and by the way, said Mix and Mix TV. We are also, hello to Fiesta 99.1, a great radio station that Yvette Bond runs and does a tremendous job. Let me just remind everyone, the very latest we have from the National Weather Service, we, on a scale of 0 to 5, we are at a 3 for tornadoes, isolated tornadoes. Now, that is an increase from the report we had this morning. This report came about at midday, and so we're at a 3 for tornadoes. But Bridget, the damaging winds is a 4 out of 5 as far as the risk.
Yes, they have been telling us all day that that's the main issue with this storm system, the damaging winds before the actual storm system gets here and then even afterwards. So I'm still looking at the TDOT SmartWay camera. So just west of Monteagle, it's already passed through that area. So the sky is lighter, but you can still see the wind gusts there on those cameras. So the winds are going to stick around for quite some time after the storm system moves through.
Hello to the EPB Employees Credit Union closing. They closed early today at 1 p.m. Our buddy Brian Trotter down there, and everybody stay safe down there, and just be advised here. We are in whereas we're about to go to the half hour. We'll completely reset everything at least every half hour. So we're going to come upon that in about a minute. Dwayne, do you have anything just at this moment?
Well, we are getting more reports from VEC that the outage map is definitely growing. We're over total, counting the full service area for VEC, over close to 5,500 people total without power in Bradley, McMinn, Meigs, Polk, Ray, and some of the other service areas that they have. So that's definitely grown in the last 20 minutes or so.
Just getting a message here on our text line with a good reminder to keep your devices charged. This will be a good time to make sure your phone is charged, your iPad, whatever, so that you can keep in touch with family members, and then keep in touch here on our broadcast as well to see what's going on.
All right, we are getting close to the half hour, and I can guarantee you that every half hour we will update. We'll take a wide shot update the whole situation. Dwayne, I believe you've got more.
Yeah, thanks so much to Ashley Flowers. She's doing a good job keeping us with the information coming in. Multiple trees down, all up and down Lower River Road. So multiple trees down on Lower River Road. The 3200 block of Lower River blocking, it's blocked both lanes. So the 3200 block of Lower River Road is blocked in both directions. So multiple trees down on Lower River Road. So try to avoid that area.
This is a severe weather update.
You are listening and watching special coverage on Mix 104.1. We are on Fiesta 99.1. We are on MixTV.tv of what is shaping up to be a significant weather event for the Southeast Tennessee listening area. We are going to reset all of our information that we know at the present time. And I'll begin by telling you that our entire listening area, including Bradley County, is under a tornado watch until 5:05. Again, the National Weather Service issued a tornado watch for Bradley, also Meigs, Ray, Hamilton, Sequatchie, and then Monroe, Roane, Marion, McMinn counties, Polk County, Bledsoe County, and down in the North Georgia, including Murray, Catoosa, Gordon, Whitfield, Dade, Chattooga, and Walker counties until 5:05. We are under a tornado watch. We do have trees down, power out. We have some other situations that we're learning about. And once again, I want to remind everyone our coverage brought to you in part by Insurance Incorporated. I'm joined this afternoon. This is Steve Hartline. I'm joined by Bridget, by Dwayne, and by Austin, plus our team. We got a great team helping us out, not only here in the building, but in other places. And they are keeping us up to date. Threat level, very latest here from the National Weather Service on a 0 to 5 scale. Damaging winds is a 4. And Bridget, I would imagine, of course, we still have that wind advisory. Is that right?
That's right.
Wind
yes.
warning.
Yeah, we're under a high wind warning for our listening area, and still the tornado watch as well. The high wind warning is actually until 10 o'clock this evening.
Oh, okay. Tornado risk level is at a 3. 3. That is a little. That was one more than that's the latest report, and so that is a 3 out of 5, and then large hail and flooding, but those are very insignificant chances. And we're going to say hello. Austin is now in the studio.
Oh, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, what's up?
Austin Chadwick here. What do you have for us?
I'm
here?
so happy to dig out of my hole back there.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I wish we were.
You know, I would let the other groundhog run it for a few minutes. So, yeah.
Okay.
Big Gideon, so.
Dwayne, I want to check in with you. What's happening?
Well, we do have some more information from VEC. I'm kind of monitoring some power outages, and just in the last 10 minutes, which is good. We've getting some information. Power's back on around the Frontage Road area, so we're going to check into that. So that is good news. And that number, it went down a while ago. We were a little over 5,000. Some 700 homes in the last 10 minutes has gotten their power back. So VEC working very hard for the customers out there. So that is good information that the power's been out. Now they're getting it back on. Frontage Road area, you should have your power back on now, getting reports of that. But Steve, really the thing of the afternoon is multiple trees down, problems on roads. I don't know if you need me to run down this full list at this time.
Yeah, let's do it.
So let's go ahead and run down what we know at this time. Hooper Gap at Mill Hamlet, tree down on power lines there. So that could be a problem for you there. 2700 block of Lower River Road. We're getting lots of information about Lower River Road, telling us that multiple trees are down up and down Lower River Road. The 3200 block is blocked in both directions, so be mindful of that. We mentioned a tree was down on the 5600 block of Frontage Road. That could be cleared up by now since we got power back in that area. Let's see here. They were shutting down the Hooper Gap Road area on the frontage side because they was having some problems there. Blythe Ferry near Ocoee, that was a problem where there was some trees down there, power lines, those type things. Morgan Road traveling towards Eureka Road, shutting that down a little bit ago is what the report told us. And that was going to be right across from the Valley Barn on Eureka Road. Multiple trees down again on Lower River Road. We mentioned that. And let's see here. Council Road northeast, tree broken in half on Council Road northeast. No Pone Road, traffic is hazardous there. Telling you to maybe choose an alternate route for that particular time if you're going to be traveling there in a few minutes. And then the accident that we mentioned a while ago, the Speedway on 25th Street, 2 cars involved in an accident there probably about 10 minutes ago now.
Austin?
Okay, so Channel 3 is reporting some damages and stuff, and this is just with the first little batch of storm that's passing through. If you look on the radar, there's a small batch that's around us right now, and then there's the main line that's coming through. But they're reporting around Catoosa County, Georgia, right below us, just right across the line, 80-mile-per-hour gusts, 75-mile-per-hour gusts, several different places. So it's showing that that there's debris flying around there. There's not actually a tornado warning out for that area. It's just wind. It's just wind ahead of this storm. So even if there's not a tornado warning in effect for where you are, you need to be careful. Really would not recommend driving in any of this because 80-mile-per-hour winds is you get real dangerous when you get up that high. So that's the winds that are being reported with this first batch of storm that's moving through. Now we're going to have a small break, and then the next batch is just now getting to where South Pittsburgh, around that area, fixing to move into Chattanooga. So.
Yeah, it looks like right now Dunlap is right in harm's way. Also Mont Eagle, and now so at any rate, let me again as we're doing this full update right now. We're going to be, I guarantee you can count on, we'll do this every half hour. Of course, when we get into things, we do as it comes in, but we're completely going to reset every half hour. We have the storm ready rooms open now. If you do not feel safe where you are in your home or wherever you are, you can go to one of the following locations. These places are open. Menace Road Fire Station number 11, that is at 365 Menace Road in Cleveland. The Dalton Pike Fire Station number 12, that is 2015 New Street, and also that's in Cleveland, of course. Georgetown Road Fire Station 13 at 5345 Georgetown Road Northwest, and Walker Valley High School on Lauderdale Memorial. Those are the storm-ready rooms. This would be the time to move. You do not need to wait very much longer. This is the time period we were talking about, and in talking with Fire and Rescue Chief Sean Fairbanks just a few minutes ago, we're looking at, really. As fast as this storm is moving, which, guys, at last report was 55 miles per hour. Is that still about the case?
Yes, yeah. So it's still moving about 55 miles per hour.
So emergency officials tell us maybe about 2:30 is going to be a time that we really need to buckle down. But honestly, even before that, and yeah, the Shelton reminds us the air stability is worse in front of this storm. Be aware now and do not wait until the storm gets here. Good point, Dwayne.
Yeah, we're getting reports now that there's no power in Georgetown. That just into us from some listeners in that area saying there's no power in the Georgetown area as of this moment.
I believe that's Hamilton County there.
Okay, so I've got, and I don't know if Gideon can pull this up off my laptop, but Channel 3 put up a graphic just a minute ago that's showing some of the winds that are coming up from the south. They're kind of pulling up from the south and moving towards the west a little bit, which just kind of shows that, you got your main storm that's moving to the east, but you've also got the winds coming from the south and pulling even back towards the west, which just kind of gives that indication. You got 2 areas of rotation. And so really what creates a tornado is 3 areas of rotation. So 3 different winds from three different directions. And so Channel 3 showed a clip just a minute ago. I'll see if I can get it up here in a minute, but it shows that there's a lot of I guess I don't know if you would call it updraft, but there's a lot of winds coming north in front of this storm, which creates that 2 areas. So once there's a 3rd area of rotation, then that's when you really start seeing the funnel clouds.
So again, this storm, the storm system, as it stands right now, this is, and I'm not seeing, this is past Mount Eagle. Is that right? Are we past Mount Eagle or right at Mount Eagle?
Looks like we're right at Mount Eagle.
Yes.
So for people who've lived here a long time, we're getting an alert right now.
For those on Mixed TV, the radio has taken over. So
yeah,
I don't believe we're still here at the present time. But anyway, the hope is that
it's off.
We're off. Okay. Nothing happening.
It takes over out there.
So it doesn't show up on the meter. What is it?
Should be getting it on your phone. I got it on my phone.
Okay.
The severe thunderstorm warning. We're not listed in that, though. Okay. Hamilton, Sequatchie, and Marion, and Bledsoe.
Till when?
Till 3:09.
3:09.
Yep.
All right, Mix 1041. We apologize. We had a weather alert. We had okay, I'm sorry, folks, and we're back. We had thank you for our phones are blowing up now.
Yeah.
Dwayne, what just happened? What was that alert? We thought that had taken over the radio. It had not.
Yeah, so. Typically when we're under normal operations, it does take over, but we apologize for that.
Sorry.
National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning, as we heard, for Hamilton, Sequatchie, Marion, Bledsoe, and that will be till around 3 o'clock this afternoon. So that severe thunderstorm warning for Hamilton County, Sequatchie County, Marion County, and Bledsoe County in our area till 3:09 this afternoon.
Okay, so we got that in, and yes, our technical folks did a wonderful job patching us through, and because of that, we're a little different this afternoon. I want to go back over to Bridget. Bridget, you're monitoring a bunch of stuff over there.
Yeah, so I'm just keeping an eye on the radar here, and it looks like at this point, such a quick-moving system here. It is in the South Pittsburgh area, already past Mount Eagle, South Pittsburgh, so just west of the Chattanooga area.
May get here before 2:30, but we're watching this very closely. Gideon Ratcliffe's now directing our MixedTV.tv broadcast. You can watch or listen. If you can watch, it would be helpful if you can, because you can see the Gideon, could you put the radar up, please? And I just want the folks to be able to see. Yeah, there it is. So that is where we are. That is what we're looking at right now. And we are looking at just a long, lengthy storm system. When I say lengthy, it's just long in nature, going from Kentucky, southern Kentucky, down into Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and that is moving quickly, as Bridget just told you, quickly to the east. And right now is beginning. Honestly, the outer band is clipping Soddy Daisy at the present time, and Jasper getting it right now. And guys, really, and it's getting here pretty quick, even quicker than we may have thought.
Yes, Yes, it is. It's moving right past, so it's getting towards Chattanooga. We're not far away. I mean, this is not far away. So this is the time to be in place. Take shelter. If you're in a vehicle, don't hide under an underpass. That doesn't work. If you're in a vehicle, if the warning takes place, get out and get in a ditch. That's what they say. If you're in a mobile home or something, if there's an opportunity for you to go to a safer spot, this is the time to do it. So.
Again, Dwayne, over to you.
All right, just want to welcome in our Talk 101.3 The Buzz audience as we're back live on Talk 101.3 The Buzz FM. Along with that, so we've regenerated the regular mix signal, so we're back to full capacity after that power outage restored on Frontage Road. So.
Appreciate Jeremy Galt and all of his help, Cliff Hudson, and so many others who are helping us out here this afternoon. Bridget, people can get information to us, know by phone or text, or if they see something they feel is worthwhile, they feel the other people would need to know about, they can get that to us.
That's right. Our number 614-6499. Call us on the Volunteer Ridipest Mix line. Our lines are open. We'll be open throughout the afternoon. Text line is HHM text line. That same number, 614-6499.
Confirmed tornado, according to this, near Scottsboro, Alabama. A tornado has been confirmed near Scottsboro, Alabama. Just got that in, just right there. Safe rooms, storm-ready rooms, I should say, are available to you. I want to continue to mention this because, as Austin said, if you're in a mobile home or you're in maybe a place where you do not feel safe, here you go. Walker Valley High School, you can go there. Georgetown Road, Fire Station number 13. Dalton Pike, Fire Station number 12. Menace Road, Fire Station number 11.
And so just continuing on that, if a tornado warning happens, the best thing to do, even in any home that you're in, if you've got a basement's the best place to be. Try to get inside. If you don't have a basement, try to get in the center room of your house. Try to find a room that doesn't have any windows in it. You don't want to be susceptible to a window breaking out or something like that. And if it's a bathroom in the middle of your house, that's always the best. Your plumbing is always the most stable part of your house. It usually holds up, or a hallway closet, get you a pillow blanket to kind of cover over with in case something does happen. And then, of course, right now it's time to charge your cell phones. Make sure those are in good order. Put those in your pocket. Make sure they're secured. And in the event that a tornado warning happens, have your family ready to go and sit. And it may be an uncomfortable amount of sitting. You may have to sit there for a little bit, so just be prepared for that. If you've got a child or something, if there's something they need to play with to keep them in place, that's always a good idea.
Well, that's what we do with you, so that makes sense.
Exactly.
That's nice. Dwayne, I want to go back over to you. You've been watching all of not only the power outages, but a lot of the road issues and things of that nature. Yeah,
it does seem to be that there's still some power outages around the area. We got reports a while ago, no power in Georgetown. We're looking at the outage map there now. Austin's got it pulled up here. Looks like about 4,400 people still without power. Is that about 1,200, Austin, here in the Bradley County area? That's still waiting for that. As far as Cleveland Utilities, very, very little reporting going on of power outages with Cleveland Utilities. So that is a good thing as we'll continue to monitor that. One of the things that we continue to talk about is the risk of tornadoes and things like that. That's so important. But what we've learned here, especially in our area, is that it doesn't have to be a tornado that causes the most damage. It could just be some straight line winds. We know that we're in that damaging wind category 4 of the risk level out of 4 out of 5. So even if we don't get per se a tornado that comes through our area, when you get to 70, 80, 90 mile an hour winds like we're having, that could be something that could cause just as much damage. So don't take it lightly just because we don't move from a watch to a warning or any of those things. Don't think that we're in a safe place yet, because those 70, 80 mile an hour winds can be just as damaging as anything else.
Well, there's no doubt about that. And a quick moving storm going west to east. It is a long storm system. I know we keep saying that, but it is a big system, which right now the edge is really beginning now to get in the Chattanooga area proper. And again, I want to repeat that Scottsboro, Alabama, they've got according to this, they've had a confirmed tornado in Scottsboro, near Scottsboro, Alabama. Also got a report that traffic is moving along well. Both sides coming to and from Cleveland on I-75. Winds, however, are beginning to push and pull a vehicle a little bit at this time. We're 11 minutes prior to 2 p.m.
If you, I've got the radar popped up there on mixtv.tv. There's a lot of lightning with this storm. There's more than just, there's the winds, there's the lightning, there's the risk of hail. So you just got to be careful between all aspects of this.
Certainly so. You're listening to Mix 104.1. We are on Fiesta 99.1, and we're on Talk 101.3 The Buzz. Remember, folks, if your power goes out, you need our Mix 104.1 app. We are broadcasting on the app. Obviously, you can listen, you can watch. We're on mixtv.tv right now. You can download our app and listen on your phone or mobile device, and it's free thanks to CHI Memorial. We are going to look to the top of the hour at 2 o'clock and do a full reset, recap of what is happening. Bridget, what are we missing? What do we need to know?
Yeah, just still keeping an eye on the radar here. As I zoom in, it looks like Dunlap is really in the center of the worst of it right now. And then also, as we go down toward southwest, South Pittsburgh still getting hit pretty hard. It's just to the west of Chattanooga. So downtown Chattanooga starting to see some light rain, it looks like. And then the yellow and red is just right behind it.
Hey, Austin, what is behind this? Is there anything behind this system?
No. Once it passed through, it's just like Ellison Pryor told us this morning. It's a quick moving storm. It's going to pack a powerful punch. But once it passes through, it's open, clear, and we're looking at Saturday and Sunday is going to be nice and pretty. So
let's just buckle down here and get where you're going. If I would say we're getting into a point here where it would not be advisable to travel. We're getting to that, and we're getting to that very, very quickly. Again, on the very latest from the National Weather Service and their briefing, the latest briefing they gave us, the latest statistics, and their what they call their risk level. The tornado risk did go up 1. We are on a 3. On a 0 to 5 scale. Also, we have damaging winds, though, at a 4. And those gusts, as we've all been reporting here, could be over 70 miles per hour toward 80 miles per hour here as we are 8 minutes before 2 p.m. Guys?
So the volunteer electric map has just jumped as far as the total number of outages. It's jumped about 3,000 homes, and that's because the Cumberland area has now reported about 2,600 power outages. So it's just showing where the storm moves through. There's going to be a lot of tree damage. There's going to be a lot of trees down. It's going to take out power lines, so as we can see here, as far as the volunteer electric goes, there's jumped up pretty quickly.
So how much do they jump up in the last?
About 3,000 homes in the past 15 minutes.
Wow.
So.
And you think that's the Cumberland area?
It is.
Cumberland Plateau?
It is the Cumberland area. So
I think Allison Pryor mentioned the Cumberland Plateau this morning.
Yes. Yeah. So she mentioned this morning on air that they had really upgraded the tornado threat there. So it's possible that has something to do with it, if nothing else. I mean, we're talking about 80-mile-per-hour winds, wind gusts have been reported so far just on the beginning of the storm. And that's enough to do a lot of damage.
Don't forget, we have the severe thunderstorm warning issued by the National Weather Service for Hamilton County, Sequatchie County, and Bledsoe County until 3:09. That's a severe thunderstorm warning for Hamilton, Sequatchie, and Bledsoe counties until 3:09. Tornado watch for our entire listening area and viewing area. The National Weather Service issued a tornado watch for Bradley, Meigs, Ray, Polk, Hamilton, Sequatchie, McMinn, Bledsoe, Monroe, Roane, and Marion counties in Tennessee. In Georgia, Murray County, Catoosa County, Gordon County, Whitfield County, Dade County, Chattooga, and Walker counties until 5:05 this afternoon. Bridget, people can reach out to us if they'd like.
That's right. Yeah, we are just got another message in here. Durkee Road and Spring Place Road area now without power, according to a report here. So we appreciate that. Yes, our number 614-6499. Our phone lines are open for you. Call us on the Volunteer Ridipest Mix line. Again, 614-6499, or text us on the HHM text line. That same number, 614-6499.
Just got a report that there were a couple of trees down around Blythe Ferry near North Ocoee Street in Cleveland, but those trees have now been cleared, and so that is all cleared up as of a few minutes ago. The couple of trees were down.
Another power outage report here and on our text line, Spring Place Road near the Valley View area. So thank you for that. And again, our number 614-6499. We'd love to hear from you. If there's anything that you see, if you're experiencing power outages, let us know, 614-6499. You can call or text.
Maybe that 2:30 time period that Fire and Rescue Chief Sean Fairbanks mentioned may be dead on. I don't know. We're watching the radar here, and it is now beginning to get into Chattanooga proper. And so, folks, it's one system. It's one system, as Austin told you, and it is now beginning to enter. It's definitely in Hamilton County. Soddy Daisy, I'd say north portion of Soddy Daisy, really having a strong storm right now. And you know, guys, if it goes west to east as it is now, just looking at it without breaking up, you look at the middle part of that storm, that's what is that right? Am I right on that? Is it pretty much just a straight line, guys? Is that what you're seeing?
It is. I'm actually looking at the future map off of where we're looking at the Weather Channel here, and going into 4 o'clock, it's looking like it's going to split into two separate systems with another break in it. So once this first one passes, they're showing that there's going to be a second one. Gideon's got it pulled up there, and so that's something that we didn't see before. Before was just looking past to current, and now this is showing current up until 4 o'clock, looking like there might be a second line of storms there. So that once it passes over our area, it could split up and have a little break, and then another line behind it, to which I would suspect probably wouldn't be as strong as the first one. But that's the first time I've looked at this particular map.
And it does appear once that happens, it looks like it's a little bit smaller in size, too, after it does split up. But there again, we don't need a big window to have a problem. You know, it only takes a little while, as we all know, for a strong storm to come through and cause a lot of damage. But it does seem to be a break. There is two separate lines of storms that looks like it's showing up at this time.
All right, we are now joined by the Cleveland Bradley Emergency Management Agency Director, Troy Spence. Troy, good afternoon, bud.
Good afternoon, Steve.
All right. What's the latest?
We are here at the EOC. We've got it activated. We're watching, of course, our local news channels, our live radar, and everybody's, watching to see if anything's happened. And also we have our storm ready rooms open. If somebody feels like they want to go and know that they're in a safe place, then those are open as well at this time.
Okay, and obviously Troy Spence joins us. Troy, a lot of people are wondering, we're talking about here timing. We're also talking about what's to come. What are you hearing as far as timing of this, as far as Cleveland, Bradley County, and then what's to come here?
Of course, that's really hard to pinpoint, but I will say that out ahead of the storm, we're experiencing quite high winds that normally we don't get, that we normally get when the storm front moves through. But it looks like the storm front's probably going to be here in about an hour from now, and then it will move through probably really quickly and then be gone. So, we're probably looking at, somewhere about 2:30, 3 o'clock is what we should expect. Yeah. But it's the weather. It could change at any minute, and maybe we'll get lucky, and it'll just split apart and go right around Bradley County. That's what I'm hoping for.
That'd be just fine. You and I have done a lot of these over the years, especially here, and especially this time of year. What do you tell the people right now, Troy, who are listening and watching, that they need to be doing just here in the next, as you say, 30 minutes to an hour?
Well, number one, they need to stay vigilant and informed. And, like I say, we have the storm ready rooms open. They have quite a bit of capacity still left in them. I think the last count we got, we're about 60-something with a couple pets that checked in as well. So, that's where we're at. And I encourage people to take advantage of having this. There's a lot of counties that have 0 storm ready rooms, and people are left just to fend for themselves. So those are available to the public. It don't cost anything. You just have to go check in and wait for the storm to pass, and then you're free to leave.
We're joined by Cleveland Bradley Emergency Management Agency Director, and that is, of course, Troy Spence. It was obviously a great decision by our school directors in cooperation and in talking with you and your team to not have schools today because, my goodness, we'd have been right in the middle of dismissal here in a few minutes.
Yes, and that the thing about the county, once they dismiss, it takes a little bit to get those kids home, a couple hours. So we definitely don't want any kids on a bus during that time. I mean, I think our schools are safe because they're pretty hardened, but it's that time when we put them on the bus and we're transporting them that we're really concerned about them.
All right.
So the other part of being informed, Steve, is I don't know if y'all mentioned our public notification system, but we did have a change. There was a new server that our company added, and when they did, it changed the number to sign up. So you could text the word "join CBC EMA" to the number 31002.
All right. Troy, thank you very much. Hey, stay in touch with us, okay, buddy?
Well, I'll try to do that. Like I say, we're fixing to, once it gets a little bit closer to us, we'll open our public notification system up, and I'll be putting together a new one just in case, we need to send out a tornado warning or anything like that. We'll be ready to send that out.
Okay, buddy. I really appreciate it very much. Thank you, Troy.
Thank you, sir.
Troy Spence, our Cleveland Bradley EMA director, and we are about to be joined. Well, you know what? It's 2:02, so I told you we would have a full recap every half hour, so here we go.
This is a severe weather update.
Good day, everyone. You are listening to Mix 104.1. Also, Talk 101.3 The Buzz, and we're on Fiesta 99.1. We're on MixTV.tv. Very important, folks. I'm telling you, as the storm gets closer, make sure you have our free app. Download free at mymix1041.com. If your power goes off, you can still listen or watch on your phone, your mobile devices. You can do that at mymix1041.com. I'm Steve Hartline. I'm joined by Bridget, Dwayne, Austin, Gideon. Ashley's here. We're staying with you until the threat passes. Thanks to Insurance Incorporated, our severe weather coverage sponsor. At this hour, we are under a tornado watch. It is a very lengthy storm system that stretches from the southern part of Kentucky all the way down to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Tornadoes have been spotted in North Alabama. We'll get to that in a second. Power outages are on the increase in this area. We'll talk about that. And looking at the radar screen, the storm system that Troy Spence was just telling you about is beginning to get into our listening area. It wreaked havoc in the Monteagle area, went all the way across the state. Some high winds is the problem here. And if you're watching MixTV.tv right now, you're seeing the radar picture. And that is that lengthy storm system, which we are watching very closely. Troy Spence just said he believes it'll be in Cleveland, Bradley County within the next 30 minutes to 1 hour. And so that is where we are. The updated risk level from the National Weather Service on a 0 to 5 scale. Tornadoes at a 3, but damaging winds at a 4. And that is the problem. Let me go first to Austin Chadwick.
Okay, so down in Scottsboro, Jackson County, their Local 3 has just put out, there is a confirmed tornado on the ground right now. So that's in this area. If you're watching Mixed TV, if you can see the radar, if you can pop that back up, the radar scope, in this area that I've circled, right there, so right in that direction. That's where the tornado's on the ground currently. It is heading northeast, which if you look northeast, that's going to be in the direction of us. So next it will move into Trenton, Fort Oglethorpe, and the way that it's projecting now, it'll move into Collegedale. Now, it doesn't mean the tornado will stay on the ground the entire time, but currently Local 3 and the National Weather Service has put out that there is a tornado on the ground down in Scottsboro right now. The Otter area, Stevenson, so Bridgeport. If you know anyone that lives down in there, call, let them know. Anyone that lives in Trenton, let them know. Text them, say, hey, it's heading your way.
All right, and we're watching that trajectory right now, as Austin just told you, from Scottsboro and where that particular system is heading. But right now, Dunlap and even you folks in McMinn County, you're beginning to feel the effects of the storm on the western portion of McMinn County, and it's really, again, this long storm. We'll say, though, as I look to Gideon, yeah, if you can you widen out the shot a little bit, Gideon Ratcliffe there in our director's booth. If you look at the northern part of this system, keep coming a little bit, buddy. A little bit more. I want to go into Kentucky there. I don't really want to go into Kentucky, and God bless them, but anyway.
We heard you did some horse racing on the side.
Well, I did. I'll be at the Derby, whatever. But it looks lighter on the north end from what it looked earlier. So it is lightening up as you get into the northmost part. The top of this system looks lighter. Dwayne, I want to go back over to you, and I'd like you to mention the storm ready rooms, if you have those there. Troy was mentioning those. We do need to get those locations out. We're at 206 on Mix 104.1, MixTV.tv, Talk 101.3, and Fiesta 99.1.
Yeah, here's those locations of those storm ready rooms that's been open since 1 o'clock today. Menace Road, it's going to be fire station number 11 there. 365 Menace Road is the physical address. And then the Dalton Pike Fire Station number 12, physical address of 2015 New Street. Georgetown Road is going to be fire station 13, located at 5345 Georgetown Road Northwest. And then Walker Valley High School at 750 Lauderdale Memorial Highway.
Anything else you got, Dwayne?
Well, as we're keeping up with actually the current radar with Local 3, right now, Soddy Daisy, Middle Valley, those areas are getting hammered right now as far as those areas. And then we are looking at some hail that is definitely large amounts of hail possible still over in the Mont Eagle area, which is not much hail reported for our area as of right this second. But again, if we're looking at the system that's coming through, Soddy Daisy, Middle Valley, Walden, Bakewell, all of those areas that are underneath that thunderstorm warning is something that they're just getting hammered right now. Graysville, Dayton, Decatur, you're getting ready to get hit now. Those areas, Cleveland, looks like this rain that's predicted here for the next 15 to 20 minutes.
Let me also quickly say this. If we were to lose power on the radio, you can listen to us on, we believe you would be listening to us, and this usually plays out, on our stream. So you can either do that on our app or our website. Dwayne?
They're showing right now 45-mile-an-hour wind in Bakewell, 43 miles an hour wind in Soddy Daisy, 47-mile-an-hour wind reported in Middle Valley, 50-mile-an-hour wind in the Red Bank area as of right now.
This just in, severe thunderstorm warning for Cleveland and Bradley County. So that in from the National Weather Service, just getting that.
Okay, till when? Do we have that?
See that? Let's see. Just an alert that came up. We will try to find out.
All right. Severe thunderstorm warning now for Bradley County. And we do know we have one warning in progress till 3:09, that in Hamilton, and in
This is until 3 o'clock.
till 3 o'clock. Wow. Well, you heard Troy Spence talk about the 2:30 to 3 o'clock time period. That's a pretty long warning, really.
Yeah, so that severe thunderstorm warning is for Ray County, Bradley County, also Central Bledsoe County, Meigs County, Southwestern McMinn County, and Hamilton County till 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I just got that.
Okay, so I've switched radars. I've switched iPads here, Gideon. So we should see a motion now. If you'll look at this, you can kind of see the tornado watch is basically it's encompassed this entire section of the storm from all the way north, all the way up around Kentucky to all the way south, and there's even a separate one above. So there's a tornado watch that's in effect for basically every bit of the storm. So they are seeing that kind of how it's moving up from the south. It's moving northeast as it comes across. And then you've got winds that are moving back towards the west on the far end. It's just creating that rotation that's absolutely necessary to give all the ingredients for a tornado. And just like we said a minute ago, it looks like the tornado warning down around Trenton and Scottsboro looks like that might have expired. I'll see if I can find that in a minute. I don't see it on this map, but there's plenty of that rotation. If you look at this storm and this line, there's plenty of separate cells that are rotating in there. And whether they're on the ground or not, that remains to be seen. They're not necessarily, but there is rotation up in the clouds. Unless something changes, and I don't know, slows down, this is going to be here well before 3 o'clock. I mean, it's already beginning. The front edge of this is in western Bradley County, the very front edge of it, the heavy rain, one would think. As we look at this. Dwayne? Yeah, we just want to let you know that Cleveland Utilities now are reporting over 900 people without power off Water Level Highway. That area of our community is definitely encompassed with a large power outage at this time. Last report, over 900 people with Cleveland Utilities without power there. The thing, Steve, the thing that we've seen, we've already reported on tons of trees across power lines and power outages. That's the weakest trees that's coming down first, the ones that's probably didn't take much for that to happen. But if we get into this the swath that we're looking at and it doubles as far as wind gust, those other trees, those secondary trees that may need a little bit more assistance, I guess no other way to say that, we could see an uptick in power outages, I would think, if we're seeing this many with the gust of wind that we're having right now. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Bradley, Ray, Meigs, and Southwest McMinn County until 3 o'clock. We have a severe thunderstorm warning for Hamilton, Sequatchie, Bledsoe counties until 3:09. And I just got a report that there are 10,000 people without power in Hamilton County. Hamilton County has a power outage that encompasses 10,000 people at the present time. Just got that in. Guys, just break in here whenever you're ready. Anybody got anything else? So that's basically from that first cell that came through there about 30 or 45 minutes ago. That first cell had, we're sitting here watching this big line of storms, but that first cell that came through is what carried those sustained winds that were really, really stout. And that's just kind of a foreset of what we're fixing to see here in the next hour, 30 minutes to an hour. And I'm with you. It looks like it's moving fast enough. I don't think that 4 o'clock is going to be the timing here. I think we're closer to 3 o'clock whenever it's going to hit, as we take another power hit. Yeah. Our power blinking here. Okay, go ahead, Dwayne. We just this kind of reiterates what we talked about on Water Level Highway with power out. People are calling and texting saying the power is out in the Durkee Road area, so that would be that Water Level Highway area that we just mentioned. Over 900 people reported without power there. So thanks so much for everybody that's calling and texting, and really this is a community effort. When we go into something like this, we want to break it down neighborhood by neighborhood, community by community, and that's what you guys are doing by giving us communities that are without power, trees across certain roads, and that's one of the things that we feel, like you said earlier, Steve, that's our job during this time to get the message out. That's why we're here, brother.
So looking at the TDOT camera here, downtown Chattanooga getting hit pretty hard at this time with some heavy rain and wind as far east as Moore Road and Germantown Road, seeing some very heavy rain in that area.
Getting a lot of lightning strikes right now as well. We were looking here on the storm alert radar, and it was showing quite a bit of lightning. Austin mentioned that a little bit earlier.
So, Gideon, if you can pull up my laptop, you can see there. Steve was talking a minute ago about the 10,000 people without power in Chattanooga, and it looks like they're not reporting the Cleveland area, but you look up around Athens, the McMinn area's got 1,000. There's 1,500 down in LJ. So, and you look over in Huntsville, they're reporting in Huntsville 22,000 without power. So the storm that's already passed through over in Huntsville has really done some damage over there. That's what's about to hit here, and if you can see that 22,000 number, that really speaks for itself.
Let me mention, just saw the radar screen. Dayton is absolutely got an extremely and on the radar, purple is the worst color. They've got purple right in the middle of Dayton right now, and we are now. If you're in Cleveland. We're beginning to get that here, and right in the middle of Dayton, Tennessee. If you're in Dayton and Ray County right now, I hope you're hunkered down. It has passed through Graysville, and it is heading to Dayton. Now, our power we're blinking again right now. So, folks, if we were to go off, stick in here with us and stay with us here.
MixTV.tv.
Yeah, mixtv.tv. Well, that's a good point.
We will stay on there at least 17 minutes after power goes out, so we can live at least 17 minutes on there. So mixtv.tv.
I appreciate our folks at the power companies always try to help us out because of what we're doing here. Dwayne, you've got something else.
Yeah, we're just kind of looking out of our studio windows here at Mouse Creek Road. We rode up one of the blinds. Tree limbs blown across the parking lot here. We are seeing lots of flickers of power. Very little traffic out there, which is good. We can see some street signs out there that's really flexing right now. So we're definitely getting some higher wind right now in Cleveland and Bradley County. So, again, if you're not at your safe place, you need to get there pretty quick. And I mean safe place off the road. We don't need people traveling around and trying to go through this, and the cars just really kind of getting in different places there.
Yeah, Dayton, Tennessee. David Carnes, the chief meteorologist for Local 3, is saying there's not a tornado warning in Dayton, but the shear rate is very high, and that's that purple we were seeing on the radar there. Dayton is really getting it right now. And, that's what's happening. I wonder, and I know, Gideon, you're working hard. Our power's blinked a few times, but when we can get that radar screen back, and I know we're trying to do that. You guys doing great, and I appreciate it.
Hey, Steve, we're seeing a lot of possible hail in that Dayton and Graysville area. That's on our screen here. I don't know if you can see that screen from where you're at.
I can see one here, yeah.
But there again, Graysville, Dayton, lots going on, as you mentioned there, and then also possibility of hail as well.
Again, if you're thinking about timing, and I know we all are, we're about to get in it. We're blinking here off and on.
It's just a sustained winds. At this point, there's no tornado warnings here. It's fixing to hit here, but there is really strong winds coming across. So really between now and about I would say about 3 o'clock is what Troy Spence told us a moment ago. It's what Sean Fairbanks has said. And Austin told us a second ago, if we were to lose radio power, then go to mixtv.tv, and really you can go there anyway. But Bridget, I want to go over to you. What's the latest from you?
Yeah, I just want to remind you of our phone number, 614-6499. You can call us on the Volunteer Ridipest Mix line or text us at that same number on the HHM text line. Again, 614-6499. Let us know if you're experiencing power outages, if you see anything in your area, down trees, things like that. We want to know about it so that we can pass that along to everyone else. So again, 614-6499.
Again, a severe thunderstorm warning for Bradley County until 3 o'clock. Bradley, Ray, Meigs, and McMinn counties until 3 o'clock. Severe thunderstorm warning for Hamilton, Bledsoe and Sequatchie until 3:09.
See, did you hear a transformer just blew on Paul Huff? And we're getting some information in about that right now as well.
So we're looking out the window right now, and we're starting to see a whole bunch of lightning. But yes, Ashley Flowers, almost called her Rue. Ashley Flowers, she just received a call, one about Northley Highway, and then one about a transformer that just blew on Paul Huff. So.
Okay, Keith and 20th, the tree just blew down and it's across both lanes. That just into us just now. So really, folks, what we were anticipating really is here. So if you're somewhere, you're probably at a point, Steve, if you're at work, probably should stay there for the next hour.
Oh, yeah, don't
try to think it's time to get out and go home. Stay put, stay safe where you're at. Again, we're getting information all over the place. Transformers blowing, trees across major roads. So if you're out driving right now, which we hope you can get somewhere safe soon, very soon, you got to be alert. Definitely be alert, because it could be anything from a down tree to a down power line. To so many other things that are going on. Power, let's see, just lost power on Benton Pike near Polk County line. That just in on the text line. So there's so many things that's going on right now. A lot of moving pieces.
This is the front edge of it, and right now, so it's coming in just as we thought from, as Dwayne said, from Soddy Daisy. Soddy Daisy is really getting it heavy right now, coming through Red Bank. And it's a long system. Austin?
Reports, Steve, reports now 106 mile an hour wind was reported right outside of Decatur there, and it was just a very small piece of it there, but other reports around that area, 60 to close to 70 mile an hour wind.
So we have been under a wind warning, Bridget, all day long, really, and that will continue till 7 o'clock tonight is what we're seeing here.
That's right, yeah. So even after this system passes through, we're still going to be under that wind warning. So be aware of that. If you have plans to travel, if maybe you're thinking the interstate will be safe even after this storm system moves through, just do keep that in mind. We're still going to have strong winds even later this afternoon and this evening.
Collegedale, we're getting reports from meteorologist David Carnes, 24 minutes. They're going to be in the thick of it in about 24 minutes. Ringgold, 17 minutes. Chickamauga, 9 minutes. Dalton, 20 minutes. That just popping up right now on the radar.
So at the present time, really, when you guys mentioned that, I don't know if somebody mentioned the future. Well, yeah, it was the future radar cast, the future radar you guys were looking at, and it's now really beginning to get now into western Bradley County. We're beginning to see it here. It's 2:20. You're listening to Mix 104.1. Folks, we're on mixtv.tv. Go there if you need to. And we're beginning to hear the wind here on Mouse Creek. It is, buckle down, folks. Okay, buckle down.
It's thinning down.
It's beginning to get here. Dwayne, what are you seeing?
Well, as Austin has pulled up a different source here for the radar, it looks like that it is thin. The second wave that we were talking about, Austin, it looks like it's thinning out as it will get to us. What is the timeline on that? I can't see how far futurecast that is.
So it's looking about 3:30. It's going to split into two systems. So once that first set of system comes through, it looks like it's splitting up, and that second system may not have as much winds. It looks like it's going to have still a lot of strong lightning. There's still a possibility of hail, but there may not be as much wind there.
Let me break in here for just a second. So if you're in Decatur, Tennessee, you need to buckle down right now. Mm-hmm. There is some, the worst color on a radar is purple. It is heading for you right now in Decatur, Tennessee. Meigs County, get ready. Go where you're going. Austin?
Yes, Andy Morris just texted into us and told us that on Mouse Creek, North Mouse Creek, a weighted basketball goal just flipped over by the wind. So that was a basketball goal that was in the ground has just flipped over. So those winds are here. Dwayne was talking about a minute ago, 100-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That's pretty stout. That's stronger than that's EF1 getting close to EF2 tornado.
More information on traffic and things that are going on. North Lee Highway, there is a tree across the road. Did not get an exact location on North Lee, but if you're traveling on North Lee Highway, there is a tree across the road. South Blue Springs Road, Dockery Lane, an 18-wheeler is blocking. It's not passable. South Blue Springs Road near Dockery Lane, an 18-wheeler blocking the roadway there. It's not passable.
Severe thunderstorm warning until 3 o'clock for Bradley County. Also for let's see, Bradley, Ray, Meigs, and McMinn. If you're in Meigs County, you have got some purple, and that's how to describe it. Just the worst. To my knowledge, there's no tornado warnings right now, but you've got some heavy stuff heading for you right now. If you're in Decatur, you really need to get where you're going. And get to a safe place now. It is coming your way. Be there in just a few minutes. Athens. Now, Athens, you're in the face of it right now. In Cleveland, obviously, we're beginning to see this. Let me go. Yeah. So we're beginning to get the outer edge of this in western Bradley County. It's beginning to move in now. We're still blinking here. If we go off the air, folks, we'll still be on mixtv.tv. And Austin.
So it looks like we're getting a new warning issued or a watch issued, so that's coming through. If you're still with us on mixtv.tv, so this storm's moving through. It's now entering into the Hopewell area and to Charleston. The large part of it's now hitting Cleveland officially. Wildwood Lake, Ooltewah's already in the thick of it.
Getting, if you'll tell us what that is, we're still on the air.
On the air for
we're still
TV.
here.
Yeah,
we're still on the radio, I believe.
There's a tree down. That's a crash, two-car crash, and then.
All right, we're getting a new alert here. If you're okay, so if you're watching us on Mixed TV, we're getting another alert. Somebody can help us with that? What we're getting here?
Well, according to this, it's a severe thunderstorm warning for Meigs, Ray, Monroe, Roan, McMinn that begin just now will end at 3:23 this afternoon. A severe thunderstorm warning for Meigs, Monroe, Roan, McMinn beginning now till 3:23 this afternoon. We do have some more reports of trees down and crashes. Let's go ahead and get that to you right now. The 8100 block of Frontage Road. There's a tree down across Frontage Road. 8100 block Frontage Road. Tree down North Ocoee. Shelter Insurance. There's a crash right in front of Shelter Insurance on North Ocoee Street. Tree across the road on North Lee Highway at Willie's, I guess is what this is saying here. So that tree we're talking about a while ago is going to be close to
near Charleston.
Up near the Charleston area. Tree across the road there. So keep that in mind.
And so now it is really starting to get into Bradley County here at 2:26. Whoever said 2:30 was right on it. And I will tell you, it looks like if this trajectory continues, if you're in North Bradley County, it's gonna be heavier, more severe than central to southern Bradley. If this holds, because right now, that's a current picture, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes.
So if that's current, not future, but current. So what's in Saudi, Daisy, Middle Valley, all of that right now is going to go through northern Bradley. Now, I'm not saying southern Bradley's off the hook here. I'm not saying that by any means by any stretch. But it looks like the most severe, if this holds, it will continue on in a straight line here and affect more of the north end. That's just what we're seeing right now. Bridget, do you have an update for us?
I'm just looking at that same radar that you are. So yeah, definitely. Let's see.
Am I saying that right? You think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Birchwood, they are getting hit pretty hard right now, and it is just to the west of Decatur. They are kind of on the outer edge of that the heavier rain there. So let's see. Saudi Daisy getting hit pretty hard as well. Collegedale.
You're listening to Mix 104.1. We're on mixtv.tv, severe weather coverage. Thanks to Insurance Incorporated, our severe weather coverage. Of course, our daily and all the time weather coverage with Mermaid Mattress. I talked to Roger a little earlier. All right, so we're getting all kinds of alerts. We're hearing it now just outside our windows here. We're in right in the middle of Cleveland, really. You guys break in here, Austin?
Yes. Okay, so this is moving quick. I would say probably in the next 30 minutes this is going to die down, but for the time being, guys, don't be out driving around. I mean, wherever you are, don't leave the house. Give it time to pass over. We've reported some very high winds in this. We're seeing the very strong lightning. Right now is the time just to sit and wait.
Got a couple more things as we continue to check on other elements of our stations. Circle K at Durkee Road at Whirlpool. The red light is out there. They're sending tons of traffic there around the Whirlpool Corporation off Durkee Road. Again, light is out. Lots of traffic in the area. Paul Huff before Atkinson Drive. That's going to be turning towards Cleveland State. Off Paul Huff, no power there as well.
And there are reports of a 3/4 inch size hail here in our area in Bradley County that's been come through the Weather Channel app. So there's reports of that. That's also something to watch out for. The rain's officially kind of started outside of our station here, so it's starting to rain pretty strongly outside. I don't see anything other than that. So
real heavy in Ottawa, it looks like at the present time also. And we were watching Dayton, also Decatur. Both were getting it very heavily, and we're really beginning to get the front edge of it here right now.
Dayton kind of on the back edge of it at this point. They are almost out of the woods, but it is heading straight toward Decatur. Also in the Charleston area, just heads up, heavy band coming toward them as well. Let's see, and then also just south of the Collegedale area as well.
Don't forget a tornado watch is in effect. That's a watch. It means conditions are favorable. A warning, as we tell you each of these times, a warning is when a tornado is spotted. A watch is when its conditions are favorable until 5 o'clock. Austin?
Okay, so in Charleston, we've got reports of a tree blocking the entire road, Bellefonte Road, so near Charleston. So if you're in that area, you're not going to be able to get through at the time.
Old stomping ground, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That area.
That's right, yeah.
All right, so tree down, Bellefonte, thank you very much. 614-6499, call or text the Volunteer Red Pest Mix line, the HHM text line. And it's folks, it's beginning to happen here, and we're really beginning to see this. Again, if you're in North Bradley County, if we're looking at the color of the radar, and we've been looking at it for a long time, that is where it's going to be more severe. It looks like right now. It can change, as Troy Spence said a few minutes ago, change drastically. 2:30, we said we would have a full update every half hour, but at this point, we're going to hang in right here where we are because it is beginning to move through Cleveland. Now, I tell you, things have shifted a little more. As we get the radar update, the southern part of Bradley County is now beginning to look even more severe. Dwayne?
Yeah, we just want to welcome back in our radio audience. We were off the air there for just a few minutes on the radio while we were getting some things straightened out, but we are back on. But welcome back into our listening audience as we continue to monitor all of our platforms that we try to get things out, and we'll continue to do our absolute best between all of the wind and stuff to keep those going. We do have a report. Robin Hood Drive Northwest, a power pole is on fire there. Robin Hood Drive Northwest, a power pole is on fire, and we have trees down. That's probably right there, pretty close to that off Tasso Road Northeast. So they have a tree down there laying right across the road. So lots of trees down, and lots of images that we're seeing from our from social media, from Local 3, seeing these trees down. But again, Robin Hood Drive Northwest, that's going to be over by, I believe, North Lee Elementary, if one of the back roads from there, if I'm not mistaken. Power pole on fire in that location.
Wow. We are, again, watching this very closely, Mix 1041. You can download the app for free, listen on your phone and mobile device, especially if we lose radio transmission, as we did, we're told a few moments ago. But we're back on Mix 104.1, Talk 101.3 The Buzz, Fiesta 99.1. Ottawa Collegedale at this hour, at this moment, I should say, really getting it heavily as we speak. And it's.
It did. So we're looking, I'm updating the maps here. So for Volunteer Electric, they're showing 12,000 without power now. 3,500 that is in Cumberland, but there's 1,700 that's here in Bradley County. You got McMahon that's got almost 1,000. Meigs has got power outages. Polk County is reporting 3,000 power outages in Polk County alone. So we're starting to see a few more of those. Of course, if you look between Cleveland Utilities and Volunteer Electric covers a lot more of the of wooded areas and stuff like that, like in Polk County, the rural areas, and so that's really where power lines and trees kind of mix together more than that. So let's see here, and I'm going to check the Cleveland Utilities, still reporting the same. The 915 are still without power from earlier, which if I worked for the utilities company, I don't think I'd go out and try to fix it right now either. So
yeah, there's more reports from Cleveland Utilities that are out as well. That's going to be in the Prospect area. They're reporting about 15 out at this time.
Getting another alert, and we'll figure out what this is about. National Weather Service breaking in. Severe thunderstorm warning now till 3:30 for Bradley, Polk, I believe. I know
Bradley, Monroe, McMinn, and Polk.
Bradley, Monroe, McMinn, and Polk till 3:30. Is that right?
3:30, yes.
Severe thunderstorm warning. So what that does is extends the warning, which would tell us the Weather Service thinks it's going to last longer than 3 o'clock, to 3:30. We had one till 3. Severe thunderstorm warning in Bradley County, but now that is they've extended it to 3:30, the present time. Dwayne, I want to go back over to you.
Got a report from Mouse Creek Road. Part of a barn roof come off. It hit a pole there, and they said now it's sparking, is what this caller called in and told us there. Mouse Creek Road, part of a barn roof coming off and hit a power pole. Now they said it's sparking.
So I'm getting reports that there's power lines down across the road, the Ladd Springs, Cedar Springs area. So there's power lines across the road there. It looks like Cedar Springs Road, right there where Ladd Springs meets on it.
Steve, we're getting reports of 83-mile-an-hour winds. I think they're in the Ottawa area just a few minutes ago. That's been reported.
Yeah, I'm getting a report in South Cleveland, Dalton Pike, heavy downpour, rain, winds, very difficult to see and drive. Now, ma'am, the one who just sent that to me, please do not be driving right now. You need to. Nobody needs to be on the roads at this point. I appreciate that. Also got this in South Bradley County, Dockery subdivision. Very heavy rain, thunder. Wind is not, according to this person, not that bad, but I do appreciate that report. Again, that's the Dockery area, and those two reports I just got are both from South Bradley County, but we are now beginning to see it, and I tell you guys, it is looking like we are now in Bradley County about to have this. Let's just call it what it is. It's a punch here that we have been talking about for the last more than an hour and a half.
Yes. So if you see, there's, you can always see like the bending of the storm, kind of where the wind is. So if you see over here on this area, there's a little not really circulation, but you can see kind of a break up there. That's showing where there's strong winds. Also on the back side of it, there's a lot of strong winds coming from Fort Oglethorpe and the Ottawa area, Collegedale, which is fixing to hit us. But we're getting those red. Let me reset that. Really, kind of that red spot, and all the strong lightning and stuff is fixing to come through Cleveland.
Again, thunderstorm warning, Bradley County, also McMinn County, Monroe County, Polk County until 3:30. a severe thunderstorm warning. This, again, really beginning to get into Bradley County at the present time and into Cleveland proper here. And this, ever evolving. This is weather, as Troy Spence said earlier to us. He said, you know what? It's so hard to predict, especially here. And we are even seeing a few changes as this system begins to move in to Bradley County proper. Severe thunderstorm warning. Again, the Weather Service extended the warning from 3 until 3:30, which tells us they believe it's going to be a longer event.
Yeah, so we're getting more reports in here from Sharon Petty. Text in said there's strong winds on Dalton Pike. She's watching shingles come off of her new shed that she had. So said rain's blowing sideways. So there's strong winds happening right now on Dalton Pike, which we heard that report a minute ago also.
I'm keeping an eye on the TDOT SmartWay camera, seeing a slowdown on the interstate, I-75 northbound, just north of the Calhoun exit. So be aware of that. Hopefully you're not out driving, but we are seeing a back up there, I-75 northbound, just north of the Calhoun exit.
A couple other things we want to keep up with that we just got in the last 10 minutes is Robin Hood Drive. A power pole was reported down there and possibly on fire. Mouse Creek Road, part of a barn roof that came off and hit a pole, said it was sparking. And then South Blue Springs Road, Dockery Lane, an 18-wheeler was blocking that roadway, and it was not passable as of about 15 minutes ago.
Mix 104.1 Talk, 101.3 The Buzz, Fiesta 99.1. We're on mixtv.tv. Folks, get the app. I'm telling you, you can stick in here with us on the phone, your mobile devices. Download our app for free at mymix1041.com. Sorry, Fruit Loops, back over to you.
So you threw me off there. No, so there's 70 to 80 mile per hour winds being reported, and Channel 3 just mentioned this, that it's kind of hitting that I-75 basically I-75 that runs north and south, so it's kind of meeting that section there, the I-75 corridor. So as it passes across through there, then it starts to move out of our area. But as it's coming through, they're reporting 70 to 80 mile per hour wind gust across the area, all the way north up into around Knoxville, all the way down to Lafayette and even further south.
Guys, it is right over Cleveland and Bradley County right now, 2:41 Eastern Time. The radar, this system is right in the heart of Cleveland, and just as we suspected earlier, the north end of Bradley County has a more severe look about it on the radar screen than the other portions of our county. Buckle down, folks. It is here, and if you're a praying person, say a prayer. All right, if you're in Nyota, Tennessee, get ready. Get to your safe place. There is purple on the radar heading your way. Then that, Bridget, that's that system that left Decatur, and it is heading for Nyota, Tennessee, probably Madisonville, is in that line.
The Athens area as well.
Steve, we're also getting reports from Meigs County this afternoon and the Highway 58 area. Trees are been down all over the place. Heavy flooding on the highway there. Straight line winds, wind damage. That's going to be out of the Meigs County area and the Highway 58 area. Other things we're keeping up with, Bucks Pocket Road. Let's see, a car, I guess that's a carport. Carport and tree in the road is what, I guess this is what this looks like it's reporting here. So Bucks Pocket Road, carport and a tree that's landed up in the road there.
Boy, Dalton, Georgia, also really about to get it as far as our radar picture right here. Again, you can report anything to us. Really appreciate you folks doing that. Calling, texting, 423-614-6499. The HHM text line is a brand new feature. It's perfect for something like this. And our volunteer Red Pass mix line, yeah, you can call, you can text. If you think you have information that's going to benefit the public, please let us know. Steve Hartline with Bridget Forrester, Dwayne Williams. You still Forrester?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, I am.
Also, Austin Chadwick getting Ratcliffe Ashley Flowers, and Appreciate Sheridan Mosley working hard, guys.
Steve, it appears that as we look at the current radar, that we are underneath the thick of this right now, but it's not going to be long lasting. If people can just stay put and just what we would say is older adults, be still for a few minutes, probably in the next 30, 40 minutes, we should be out of this in the sense of the major part of it in the next 30 minutes to an hour.
So we're seeing, if you look down, moving into Collegedale right now on the radar itself, there's a good, I guess just a good punch of that storm on the back end that's bringing a whole lot of lightning. It's got some kind of rotation there. I would say that's just up in the clouds and the way it's moving. But moving into Collegedale and Outawa, there's that good solid storm that's fixing to hit. Even though you've already had the winds, you still got that pack, that little punch that's coming.
Let me give you a couple of things here. Again, we do want to keep this before your attention. A severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 3:30. And we're really looking at that. And Austin keeps talking about the back end of the system, and that may be why they are extending the warning. Thank you, Cameron. God bless you, buddy. We love you. Cameron Touchstone. 3:30. Is the severe thunderstorm warning, and they have allowed that to continue, okay? So they've allowed that to continue till 3:30. Bradley, McMinn, Meigs, Polk. Did I miss one, Dwayne?
Yeah, they were.
Bradley, McMinn, Meigs, Polk, I think. Did I miss a county?
I think it was Monroe as well.
Monroe,
is that right?
Okay. Let me give you two other things. Thank you very much, Chief Fairbanks. We have listen to this, in Ocoee. We have a tree in the road, 223 Bullens Road. Now, Steve Bullens, that's a different spelling, Bullens, 223 Bullens Road in Ocoee in Polk County. It's Bullens Road. A tree is on a power line. It's fallen there. Now, guys, somebody told us about that barn, Mouse Creek Road.
Yes.
So part of that barn has blown off, hit power lines. We have... I would probably be Cleveland Fire and Bradley County Sheriff's Department en route right there.
Steve, Austin, go ahead. I know you got some updated reports from the power outages.
Yes, actually, I think Bridget's got one report from Frontage Road, too.
Yeah, power outage on Frontage Road, a tree on a power line on Frontage Road about a mile past Hooper Gap, headed toward Charleston.
So the 951 that was without power earlier, that one section around Water Level Highway, it seems like the power's been restored there for those Cleveland Utilities customers. But the volunteer electric, that number keeps rising. So there's now 14,000 in our across their entire area that's without power, and 2,100 of those are in Bradley County. So that's
well, you just took it out of my mouth. I was going to ask you, could you specify Bradley? So 2,100 volunteer energy in Bradley. Do we know about Cleveland Utilities? Are they still sticking at 915, or did that go up?
No, we just went. It's probably less than about 100 right now.
Oh,
great! Yeah, so that just went away. But now, if you look outside, it's definitely has went about 3 shades darker in the past 5 minutes.
This just in as well, a tree across the road on Virgil Reimer Road. So thank you for that.
Also, we've got my buddy Aaron Weatherford lost his mailbox, and I'm sorry to hear that. So, Aaron, well, I mean, it just tells you how it is now.
Was
Aaron,
that due to some teenagers or the wind?
Aaron did tell me right now up in North Bradley County, it's basically heavy rain. And that's the thing. I mean, this thing here in southeast Tennessee, the weather just shifts so fast that as we look at the radar screen, it's still here. I mean, obviously, you look outside, or you're hopefully not outside, but still here. What do you think, Dwayne?
There again, I said it earlier. I mean, I know we're in the thick of things, and it seems to be a wider swath either south or north of us. But here in Bradley County, I mean, we're getting close to that latter band, which is still going to pack a punch, but it's getting close to that outer band there.
Yeah.
We do have more reports of trees down in front of Walker Valley High School, down to 1 lane. So up in the northern part of Bradley County, trees down again in front of Walker Valley High School on Lauderdale Memorial Highway. So down to 1 lane there as you drive through there.
Yeah, so as it passes through, that last little punch itself is fixing to move into South Cleveland, and there's really showing to be a lot of winds on it. So we're almost getting to the end of this, but it looks like that last little bit's going to be a little powerful. So be careful.
And it looks like, based on the current radar, they could be just another small band. If you look back as we back out there, Austin, you'll see it there. We're going to have a little bit of a break, and then looks like maybe just a very small storm that could follow through there. Matter of fact, Channel 3, Local 3 is talking about that now. But radar is indicating down in Ottawa, Appleton, Varnell, and those areas, they're still getting hit pretty hard right now.
And again, I'm going to repeat myself as I do quite a bit, I'm told. But anyway, severe thunderstorm warning until 3:30 for Bradley County. It was 3. They then extended it, and that's probably again tying into what you're hearing Dwayne and Austin especially talk about, and that is this storm that Dwayne just mentioned that's behind this, which does not look as intense as what we've had here. Bridget, you seen anything? You hear anything?
Yeah, you had mentioned, the Athens area, Nyota, still seeing the darkest colors on the radar headed toward Athens, Nyota, Sweetwater. So be aware of that in that area. So obviously that's just north of Bradley County. And then south of Bradley County, the Collegedale area still getting hit pretty hard. In the North Georgia area, some very, very heavy rain in that
Dalton
area as well.
especially there, Bridget.
Yes.
Yeah, Dalton getting hammered. Some purple there in the Dalton area right now as we look.
Yes.
Steve, Austin mentioned literally 5 minutes ago that we went 3 shades darker outside. We're back to about 4 shades lighter just in the last 5-7 minutes.
Very, very quick. You're right, Dwayne. Down in Cohutta, Georgia, Donna Davis, down there, Varnell, Tunnel Hill. Boy, I tell you, they are getting it heavy right now. Cohutta, well, it really has moved through Cohutta, actually. It's on the other side of Cohutta. But that's what I think we're seeing, Dwayne. North there. South Bradley is getting it. South Bradley, and that is lining up with the text messages we're getting on the HHM text line. Well, we're getting it pretty good right here, actually.
Yeah, it seems like the winds have shifted a little bit, and the rain's now coming into the window.
The Georgia Bradley County border on the southern end is getting it heavy. And when it's storming heavy right now, and as far as the radar screen is getting the heaviest right now. South Bradley on the Georgia line, I think just in my mind's eye about Red Hill Valley and down there and in that part of the country as you get down across.
Red Clay area.
Where Bridget used to go buy lottery tickets there right across the line. Anyway.
Steve, are you seeing that as we're looking at the storm alert radar there? The area you're talking about 99 mile an hour wind was reported in that area.
My goodness.
Yeah, if you see on the radar we got up on mixtv.tv, there's some purple right along that line, just showing that severity, and it's moving kind of Georgia into Benton now, Polk County area over towards Ocoee, and that last little bit is fixing to clip out of Cleveland. Out of South Cleveland.
You're listening to Mix 104.1, Talk 101.3 The Buzz, Fiesta 99.1. We're on mixtv.tv. And folks, get the app. I'm telling you, download the free Mix 104.1 app. Listen on your phone, watch on your phone, your mobile devices at mymix1041.com. Our severe weather coverage sponsored in part by Insurance Incorporated. And, of course, our longtime 24/7 weather sponsor is Mermaid Mattress Factory and Showroom. It is beginning again. Guys, as I look here at the radar picture, that south, as we just said, that South Bradley County area really getting it. Austin mentioned Benton. Benton is getting it pretty good. Hey, Sheriff Ross in Polk County, let us know if we need to know anything. Over there in Polk County. He keeps us up to date. Very, very good. Dwayne, I want to go back to you as far as damage or trees or things of that nature. We had mentioned the roof of the barn on Mouse Creek that flew off, and fire over there, and they're sending the emergency crews of Chief Fairbanks. Chief Fairbanks or Troy Spence, if you guys have got a second, want to give us an update. Adam Lewis, PIO, somebody like that. Dwayne, back over to you.
Yeah, as we look outside of our Kia of Cleveland studios right now, the rain is still falling. It's gotten quite a bit lighter here off Mouse Creek Road. The wind has definitely died down some, but we do have reports. We'll just kind of run over the latest that we have from earlier. Tree down in front of Walker Valley High School there on Lauderdale Memorial Highway. As of about 10 minutes ago, they were down to one lane. Meigs County, Highway 58 area, trees were down on the highway. Highway had lots of standing water. Straight line winds come through there, caused some damage. Bucks Pocket Road, looks like the carport came off of the side of a house, and a tree wound up in the road there. Mouse Creek Road, part of a barn roof, which we've been reporting on, came off, hit a power pole, and that's sparking there. And then Robin Hood Drive northwest, a power pole reported earlier, possible fire there. I know all of our first responders are on those things. We report these things. Hopefully you're not out running around, but if you are, you definitely need to stay clear of those areas.
And it's still it's almost like it's just set there on the Georgia-Bradley County border there in South Bradley County, the purple that, again, we talk about the color of the radar, and the worst color you can see on a radar screen is purple. And the purple has absolutely just set down and has not moved very much in South Bradley there on the Georgia-Bradley County border. That is really where it is. Bridget, am I missing anything? Is anything happening north of there or anything? You're looking at other counties.
I am, yes. So McMinn County getting hit pretty hard right now. I know we can see on the radar, but you can also see live in person what's happening on the TDOT cameras here. So there's a big traffic backup on the interstate in McMinn County. It's going to be right at the Riceville exit. The accident there just south of there. So traffic backed up to the Riceville exit if you're coming southbound on 75. So lots of wind and dark skies, heavy rain right there at the Riceville exit.
Well, I tell you, we started the day early this morning talking about the 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Time period. That is why, if you were wondering, that is why Bradley County and Cleveland City schools were closed today. All the area systems pretty much closed. They were all in touch with our emergency management officials. They made a great decision. You know, you think about it, this would be dismissal time right now. Thankfully, they didn't go to school. And so, at any rate, you look at it, and they really did a great job, the Weather Service did, of isolating the time that this was going to hit. And really, Allison Pryor told us at 8 o'clock this morning that this would be the time, this 2 to 4 time. This is exactly, we're in the heart of it right here. Austin, you got anything?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, you know, could you imagine them like even going to school and trying to get out for a half day? It's not worth it. It's better just to play it safe, and it looks like in this case they definitely made a good call.
They definitely did, getting a lot of activity still. Boy, I tell you, still there, Bradley and South Bradley. Probably more on the North Georgia side is really where they're getting it. Right at the present time.
And I want to mention the Riceville area again. So I-75 around the 40-mile marker just south of the Riceville exit. Looking at the TDOT camera here, you can't even hardly see anything on the camera. The rain is so heavy. You can see a few headlights there, but very, very heavy rain along the interstate in the Riceville area.
You know, it's kind of weird whenever whether it's morning or afternoon severe weather that we go into, it seems like the strongest part of the storms always seem to follow that 75 corridor. I mean, whenever we're talking about storms coming through our area, that always seems to be something that we always report on. We do have reports now from the Free Will Road area. Chuck Evans, listening in this afternoon, says they've been hammered since early on, since this first started, and they are seeing some rain now still in their area. Said sometimes it's the sheets are coming down, it's so even hard to see, and they've had some straight line winds over around the Free Will Road area this afternoon as well.
My buddy Colby Goins just sent me some video from South Bradley County at the present time, and it is, I'm telling you, they are getting hammered still in South Bradley right now. 3 before 3 o'clock, Mix 104.1, Talk 101.3, The Buzz. We're on MixTV.tv. We're on Fiesta 99.1. Guys, what are we seeing here?
Look up at the radar, or not the radar, but the live image we have on MixTV.tv of what's going on, what Bridget was talking about there. You can see that, Steve.
Is that Riceville?
That's at Rice. That's just south of the Riceville exit at mile marker 40.8, so between 40 and 41.
Just got a report that, thank you, Commissioner Rogers, tornado warning in Floyd County, Georgia. Floyd County, Georgia. That is the Adairsville, Georgia area. We kept looking at that to the south, and so that is what we were watching moving from North Georgia. It's moving down there. They've got and we're talking about Floyd County, Georgia. Now, let me back up here. Boy, I tell you, it's getting a little lighter out here, and we like that. But we're right here in Bradley County. I think Mike Griffin's out on the tennis court. Hey, Mike, get off! Anyway, we have a severe thunderstorm warning until 3:30 this afternoon. Severe thunderstorm warning till 3:30 for Bradley County, McMinn County, Meigs County, Monroe County, Polk County. Still in effect. So, it's looking better. Beginning to breathe a little bit here, but we've still got a system right there, don't we, Austin? Look at that.
Yes. So if you're looking in that area, the Calhoun, Georgia, the Adairsville, Plainville, Shannon area, right down to there, you see that there is a tornado warning's been issued. Let's pull in here a little bit, so you can kind of see this little bit of rotation here, and it's got that little hook shape on the back of it, and that's moving a little bit, or it's moving towards the east pretty quickly across through there. So if you're in ranger areas like that, if you know anybody in that area, now's the time to let them know. That's a little bit south of Chatsworth, so it's still a little bit further down below our listening area, but there's a tornado warning out for Floyd County, Gordon County, and Bartow County.
And that seems to be to about 3:15 this afternoon, so hopefully that will expire in about 15 minutes as the sun pops out here on Mouse Creek Road.
I'll tell you, that's a good stopping point for just a moment. We've got to catch a legal ID, and then what we'll do, as we're about 30 seconds away from 3 p.m., we will completely reset. It's not over, and we're feeling better right now in Cleveland and Bradley County. We got a lot of our listening area that is still getting. Matter of fact, if you're in Charleston right now, you're getting quite a bit of this as we speak. So we're not, our listening area, not out of the woods yet. It is 3 p.m. We're going to pause for a legal identification on our stations, and we're back in about 20 seconds.
Broadcasting from the Kia of Cleveland studios, this is Mix 1041 WCLE, Calhoun, Cleveland, Athens. Download the free Mix 1041 app at mymix1041.com.
The top of the hour is presented by Best Buy Metals, making sure the top of your house is the best it can be. BestBuyMetalRoofing.com.
This is a severe weather update.
You are listening and watching special severe weather coverage on Mix 104.1, Talk 101.3, The Buzz. Also, we're on Fiesta 99.1. We are on MixTV.tv. I'm Steve Hartline with Bridget Forrester, Dwayne Williams, Austin Chadwick. Appreciate Getty and Ratcliffe directing our TV broadcast. And at this hour at 3 p.m., it seems at the present time in our very local area of Cleveland and Bradley County that the worst has passed, but that is not the case for our entire listening area. We are still, as we're going to, I told you 2 hours ago we would bring you a full recap, top to bottom, every half hour. So here we go. Right now, a couple of things you need to keep in mind. We are still under a severe thunderstorm warning in Bradley County, along with McMinn, Polk, Monroe counties until 3:30. That is until 3:30 this afternoon, and so that continues. We are under a tornado watch for, I'm just going to say this, for Bradley County, our entire listening area, until 5:05 p.m. So that is what we know. We are going to just join our crew here. I'm going to go around. We'll go to Bridget first of all. Bridget, let's go back over to you.
Yeah, still keeping an eye on the interstate. We do have a couple of trees down on the interstate. I-75 northbound at the 37-mile marker. That's going to be just north of the Calhoun exit. A tree is blocking the right shoulder, and THP has the right lane blocked in that area. Also, I-75 southbound at the 40-mile marker, which is that exit that we've been talking about, just south of Riceville. There is a tree down there that is blocking the entire left lane.
Volunteer Electric's now reporting 2,500 customers without power in Bradley County, and 15,000 overall. That
Jay, I'm going to keep a close eye.
Keeps climbing. It looks like another 2,500 in McMinn County as it's passed through. And I'll try to get the numbers on the Chattanooga area in a minute, just because we were watching it earlier.
Was it? We got a report from Local 3. They were at 10,000 and out of power in Chattanooga. Etowah right now. If you're in Etowah, you really need to be taking cover at the present time in Etowah, Tennessee. You need to really be paying attention here. Boy, Decatur's getting another system right now as we speak. This is that back end system that we're talking about. Looks like, though, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. It looks like there's nothing behind what has happened in Cleveland and Bradley County. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah. As soon as it passes through, there's a little bit of lightning on the radar on the back end, but beyond that, it looks like it's kind of died down. Here at the studios, the wind, the trees are not really moving much now that it's passed through us, so it looks like it's going to clear out.
Cleveland Utilities is reporting only 19 outages at this time, and it's really, Steve, we're very fortunate because it's right back here off Mimosa Drive in that area is where the 19 people are still without power. So we're very fortunate we never lost power here at the station because we're not very far from that point.
Good point.
Yeah.
Hey, just got this. A large tree is down across Jenkins Road. That is just past the Quail Run subdivision. Large tree down across Jenkins Road, just past the Quail Run subdivision. Thank you very much. Let's just go around the horn here again. Dwayne, what do you got?
Well, first of all, I just want to say and commend all of our local emergency management people for the job that they've done. Not only really starting yesterday and our school directors, but everything from Sean Fairbanks to Troy Spence to everyone that's kind of kept everyone in the loop, especially us here in the media, so we could get this information out. Kudos to Volunteer Electric. Kudos to Cleveland Utilities, because we've been reporting these outages and they go up and down. That means they're out there working in the height part of the storm trying to restore power. So thanks so much to those people. We do have a lot of other things that we want to remind people of. The rains came through so hard, we're still probably going to have some localized flooding. Not as much as this is a long, drawn-out process, but some of those areas that was already saturated from the rains that we've had earlier in the week. Just be mindful of that. Some of those low-lying areas where water usually collects, you add what we've got in the last hour and a half. On top of that, we probably got some saturation out there as well.
Hey, it looks like Knox County is under a severe thunderstorm warning right now. Knoxville is getting it.
Yeah, there's one powerful storm right there around Lenoir City, going into Knoxville, Loudon. Yeah, that area right there. That's really, it's got a lot of purple on the radar. I would assume there's probably some hail in that area and really strong lightning to go with it. So,
I just want to, Bridget, if you will, repeat the numbers for us. People can get in touch with us.
That's right. So the volunteer Ritapest mix line 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number, the HHM text line 614-6499.
We are, and that's going to be important because now that we believe the storm is through, and by all appearance of the radar, it is. I'm talking about in Cleveland and Bradley County right now. We are seeing at this point that we would probably, this is when the time we'd see any kind of damage or any kind of the aftermath. So that's where we need you folks to help us out. Ashley Flowers in her vehicle. Thank you, Ashley, for all your help. She did a great job for us. For once. It's been, 17 years? About time she did something.
Big help.
Ashley's done a great job answering phones out there. You know, that's her favorite job around here.
She loves it. No, let me tell you, she loves to talk to people.
Yes.
Loves to talk. All right, let's get serious just a second again here. Ducktown is right in the path of what looks to be a very severe storm. Right, and look at all that lightning on the radar screen. right there.
There's a lot of lightning there. They're all bunched up. But yes, as Dwayne was talking a minute ago, but our listeners done a great job at being able to text in, let us know where that damage is, and hopefully it avoided some other issues that could have happened because of that damage.
We really, really appreciate it. Hey, David Carnes. By the way, do you know David has a minister's license?
Yes.
He's the Right Reverend David Carnes. Anyway, David has, according to this, proclaimed on Local 3, quote, if you're in Cleveland or west of Cleveland, you're home free. That's David Carnes, Chief Meteorologist, Local 3, saying that on, and they're our news partners, and boy, are we proud of that, to have them. But now that is Cleveland, Bradley County. Mix 104.1 reaches a 10-county area. And so we've got folks listening all over the place. You may be listening on the app or watching us on Mix TV right now, mixtv.tv. And not everybody is that way. And I'm talking even our terrestrial radio signal. Not everybody's that way. Not everybody's out of the woods yet.
Steve, I also would mention at this point, we did give you lots of trees down, power lines down, those type things over this last hour and a half. Just because the rain has stopped and the wind has died down doesn't mean that those trees have been completely removed and power lines have been, taken off the roadways. So still, if you're out there driving, if you're getting back out, which we know people will after this is kind of passed, still be very vigilant on wherever you're going, especially those secondary roads. Still could be a small tree limb down, could be a larger tree limb, could be power lines down. So just because the storm has went through doesn't mean everything is back to normal and you don't have to be paying attention out there. There's
still, the Weather Service has allowed a tornado watch to continue for our entire listening area until 5:05 p.m. Now, they issued this, looks like at 11:36 this morning. But it's still in progress. So a tornado watch for the entire listening area. Now, this gets down into North Georgia. It's a numerous county watch, including Bradley County, and really all of our listening area. Thunderstorm warning till 3:30 is continuing for Bradley, Polk, Monroe, and McMinn.
That wind's starting to pick up outside again, so I was just noticing that. It looks like the wind's picking back up. If you've got family down around the Ellijay area, Chatsworth, Blue Ridge, there was a tornado warning that was out for the Calhoun area about 10 minutes ago, and it looks like that's about to expire at 3:15. I don't see it on the radar anymore, but there's still that hook shape. So if they're in those areas, there's still a little bit of a chance. I know that there's a lot of people that live around here that have family down that direction.
Still is pretty heavy in McMinn County, in Athens right now, getting quite a storm in Athens, it looks like, as we speak. Again, Bridget.
Athens, Sweetwater, Madisonville. I know we have listeners up there as well. Very heavy rain in those three areas in particular.
All right, Mix 104.1, Talk 101.3, The Buzz, Fiesta 99.1. We're on all of our radio stations. We're on mixtv.tv. A very pleasant and good afternoon, everybody. At 10 minutes after 3 o'clock, you're listening to special severe weather coverage. We've been going since 1 o'clock. We wanted to go till the threat was over. And for our listening area, it is not over some of our outlying areas, so we'll be on the air for another little while here. But we're also reaching out to you through your phone and mobile devices. Download the free Mix 104.1 app at mymix1041.com. And if you see anything out there that you'd like other people to know about, we've had such a great time of just a lot of people texting and calling us. Thank you. 423-614-6499. The HHM text line, the volunteer Red Pass mix line. Guys?
Yeah, we just want to reiterate what Bridget was talking about there. We're kind of looking at a future cast radar now, and probably the Athens, Sweetwater, the Monroe County area, it's probably going to be closer to 4:30-ish before they're completely out of this, because if you look at the future radar, it's going to be closer to that time before completely Athens and Sweetwater, and it's kind of all the way to the east of us there. So still, as Bridget mentioned, still a little bit more weather for them to get through before they're in the clear, more like we are.
Hey, Austin, you were asking about Hamilton County power outages earlier. They're at 2,000 right now, 2,000 without power in Hamilton County. But down in Huntsville, Alabama, 24,000 people are without power in Huntsville, Alabama. We're getting another alert right now. We're still live, but we are getting an alert, if you guys will check that out.
Yeah, it's a severe thunderstorm warning for Monroe, McMinn, and Polk. That's going to be starting now till about 4:40 this afternoon. Again, it's a severe thunderstorm warning from the National Weather Service saying Monroe, which we were just talking about, Monroe County. McMinn County still a part of that, the northern part of McMinn County. Polk County, that began now, that will end at 4:40 this afternoon, that severe thunderstorm warning.
Yeah, so that, as Dwayne tells you, until another over an hour, severe thunderstorm warning in Polk, Monroe County, and McMinn County until 4:30.
Now, Steve, if you remember, if we could rewind the tape, about 5 minutes ago, I said it would be 4:45 to 5 o'clock before those areas, and then we get that there. So kind of back it up what I said there.
There you go. Boy, the sun has broken through in Bradley County. Cleveland and Bradley County. The sun is shining. I tell you what, I'm going to go back over to Austin.
So it appears, we're looking on the TDOT camera here, going up White Oak Mountain. Looks like there's somebody changing a tire that's caused the traffic to move down to one lane. And so that's backing up all the way up to the Outawa exit if you're going north on I-75. I think that's north. Is that right, Bridget?
Yes.
Bridget's the better traffic reporter. So
First time she's ever heard that, quite frankly. Mix 104.1, Talk 101.3, Fiesta 99.1. We're also on MixTV.tv. We're taking your phone calls, your text messages at 423-614-6499. Thank you very much for those of you who have reached out. And as Dwayne said earlier, God bless our first responders. They're doing it. I don't know. As we look at some of the damage reports we have. Thank you, Shelton. Looking at the damage reports we've had. Let me see here. What was that barn there on Mouse Creek? Is that right?
Let's see. Over on Mouse Creek Road, it came off and hit a power pole and said it was sparking. Yeah, they didn't give us the direct location.
Yeah, you know, I did get that. Chief Fairbanks sent it to me. 7536 Mouse Creek. It'd be nice to get an update there if we can. Part of a barn blew off, hit a power line, and caused a fire there. Is what now this, folks, again, this is about 30 minutes ago, but 7536 Mouse Creek Road, part of a barn blew off. Are we hearing, as far as damage goes, anything else, or any wind damage, anything like that?
No, we haven't seen a whole lot of that just yet. I'm sure we'll get more reports as we go along. I'm looking at the Volunteer Electric energy map, and they're showing 16,000 now without power in their area. 2,500 of those still in Bradley County. So it may be a little bit before they get those cleaned up, and some of those more severe power line breakage put back together.
Just received a couple of calls back to back here. Tasso Road near Tasso Church. There's a tree down there blocking the entire road. And then also Moore Road near Eureka, which is going to be the area of Candies Creek Baptist Church. A tree down across the road there as well. So we appreciate those calls. Again, our number is 614-6499. Feel free to call or text us and let us know what you're seeing out there.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting, to say the least, but it has... Again, Cleveland, Bradley County, pretty much done with this. Do see a clip there, Eastern Bradley, but it looks like now it has zoomed through. But now you start looking at Madisonville. You start looking in Polk County down to let's say, Ducktown, McKaysville, Georgia, places like that. We've all got Etowah. Well, it's moved through Etowah. We've all got friends and neighbors, and some, as Austin said, family. These places are still in the heat of it, and so it is not over for them right now.
We're also following, Steve, down in Georgia, going back down to Georgia around Ellijay, Fairmont, those areas. They're still underneath a tornado warning to 345. That's in Gordon County, Georgia. So they are getting hammered right now. Again, Fairmont, basically Ellijay, that area, they're still underneath that tornado warning to 345.
Yeah, that tornado warning's heading towards Ellijay, Blue Ridge, Blairsville, in that direction. So it's moving to the east.
Chief Fairbanks sent me an update on the barn that blew off and hit the power lines. Now there's no power sparking anymore there. The fire was cleared, and they are awaiting Volunteer Energy to come and tend to the power lines, but we know that Volunteer Energy, just based on the numbers alone, extremely busy at this hour.
If you're in the Chattanooga area, just looking here on the TDOT camera, Highway 153 and the Chickamauga Dam, that bridge there is shut down. They are rerouting traffic just before the bridge there headed toward Hickson, right there on Highway 153.
Well, it's a busy area normally. I don't know how busy it is right now, but normally is.
Steve, one of the things as we sit here and look out the window on Mouse Creek Road of where our studios are at, our Kia of Cleveland studios, while ago, the parking lot was kind of running with water as we had the heavy part of the rain. But now that we still see a little bit of the wind whipping around out there, areas of the parking lot are already dry because as you look out there,
wow,
you can just see that the wind is really shifting things up. So that's good. That's good as people will be getting off work at the 5 o'clock people. So maybe when they have to head home, the roads won't be that bad out there if we get some of this running water off the roadways.
Let me give you the actives. What is that? That's not water, is it?
No, that's his fan on his computer. It's the mouse running inside the circle. He hadn't fed it.
You've got a fan on your computer?
It's a
I mean, what, really?
I want one of those.
It's for the video.
It's like when Jim and Tammy had the air-conditioned doghouse for the dogs at PT. I mean, what are you doing?
It's a gaming laptop. They've got them built.
Oh, that's good to hear. Hey, no kid, let's get serious a second here. The active warnings and watches that we have at the present time for our listening area. As Dwayne reported, we still have that thunderstorm warning in effect, the National Weather Service, for Polk, Monroe, and McMinn until 4:30. I know it seems like we're a little lighter, kidding around a little bit. It's still not a kidding time for about the eastern part of our listening area, so we're here for you, folks. Thunderstorm warning, Polk, Monroe, McMinn until 4:30. We have that tornado watch. The Weather Service, unless you guys correct me or Bridget or somebody, the Weather Service still has that tornado watch until 5 o'clock for our entire listening area. Now, that's a wide area. That is pretty much every county in especially our Mix 104.1 listening area that has that tornado watch. Watch was the key word there. Still active. I got another one here. Let me see here. We got a tree in the road in the 180 block of, this is Polk County. Tree in the road, 180 block of Reynolds Bridge Road in Ocoee. That is in Polk County. Thank you very much.
As far as the heavy rain goes, looks like as far as the city limits of Athens and Benton, they are in the clear at this point. Let's see, it looks like Ducktown, still some heavy rain headed your way. And then also Englewood still getting some heavy rain, as well as Madisonville as well. But yeah, good news for Benton and Athens. Looks like they are in the clear, as well as Riceville. They got hit pretty hard as well. But again, Englewood still seeing some heavy rain there. And then also to the east of Benton, still seeing some heavy rain there, headed toward Ducktown.
Yeah, so and I know we've said it a couple of times in the past few minutes, but really they're highlighting right now. They just reissued a tornado warning for Gordon County, Gilmer County, down around LJ, Ranger, around through there, just south of Blue Ridge. So if you have any family that lives down there, they need to be sheltering in place. They need to be ready to go. There's some rotation and you can kind of see on the radar here where there's a little empty spot in between that storm. That's where the rotation is, and so it's highly likely that there's a tornado on the ground there, causing some kind of damage, and it's been on the ground for a little bit. If that's the case,
all right.
The final cloud's been there for a little bit. So
now we're beginning to see some things here. We're getting a call, or we just got a text message, I should say. We've got a building collapse and damage at 1510 Randolph Drive, Southwest. And if I can get a little more information on that, but that was just sent to me. And I'm always straightforward with you, but it says building collapse / damage. So 1510 Randolph Drive. Need to know if I can get a little more on that. That would be great. 322. Mix 104.1.
It's going to be just off of Smith Drive, which is just off of South Lee Highway.
Okay.
So it's South Lee Highway to Smith Drive and then to Randolph Drive.
All right. So we will see what that's about. We just got that in. I got that from a government official. So we will see what that's about.
Again, Steve, we would just say for people to be safe out there as you get back out, whatever you're going to be doing on a Friday afternoon into the evening. Still be safe because we're getting reports of tree limbs, trees, debris on the roads, even probably a lot of reports of things that we haven't got that on yet with debris from people's yards and things like that is blown on those secondary roads. So just be more alert than you normally would be this afternoon as you make your travels throughout our communities.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm seeing video right now. I don't know where this is in Cleveland. It may be that barn that we've been talking about on Mouse Creek. I'm seeing video of that here on my monitor. It looks like it came from a Ring camera on a home. See that? I would imagine that's it, because we've not heard anything like that this afternoon. But, yeah, look at that. The roof comes off the barn. I don't know if we can get that clip or not, but...
Let me see if I can pull it up here. Yeah. My wife just texted. They're out around the edge of Polk County, Benton Pike area, and said the power's been restored out that area. So,
well, yeah, there's that clip there. They're showing it now. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, you guys are. Thanks. You're putting it on there. If you're watching mixtv.tv, you're going to see that. Right there. I don't know if that's Mouse Creek or not. I can't confirm that. It just says Cleveland, Tennessee. This is from Local 3. All right. I do have more information now. Let me go back to what I reported a moment ago about the Randolph Drive. A tree fell on a house. Thank God nobody was home. Okay. Tree fell on the house. No one inside. Great. I hate it happened. I'm glad no one was there. 1510 Randolph Drive, a tree fell on a house, no one inside. So that's the good news there. But that roof coming off the barn, I would imagine, or what we just saw there from Local 3 said Cleveland, Tennessee, but I would imagine that's Mouse Creek, one would think. Unless who knows what's happened out there. But that came from a Ring camera. Looked like some kind, I don't know if it was a Ring or not, some kind of security camera. There on the front porch. Boy, Turtletown really getting a heavy storm right now. Turtletown really getting it. Ducktown, Turtletown heading. I tell you, if you're around Murphy, North Carolina, or you're in that area, or you've got friends in that area, they need to buckle down right now. I'm getting some purple on the radar screen. Heading right for Murphy, North Carolina, here at about now 3:26 in the afternoon. It's beautiful in Cleveland. Sunshine and blue skies. But for a portion of our audience, there's a lot of nerves right now. Down around, if you've got friends in Jasper, Georgia. Boy, I remember Ludlow Porch. Ludlow Porch is talking about Jasper, Georgia. Jasper Jeep down there, I believe. I don't know if they're still there or not, but they are getting it heavily right now. Murphy, North Carolina, getting it heavily right now. And it's going that way. Austin, what do you make of it?
So Local 3 is reporting the eastern Polk County, Monroe, Cherokee counties, that area is still under severe thunderstorm warning for the next 15 to 20 minutes, it says. Still seeing 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts and small hail with that storm. So.
But, Dwayne, we've still got that thunderstorm warning for those 3 counties you mentioned earlier.
That's true. That's going to be going on. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull it back up and read exactly what we've got there. Severe thunderstorm warning is going to be going on for Monroe, McMinn, and Polk County till 4:40. So we still got a little more than an hour, actually, before that will expire.
A tree has fallen on a house on the 1500 block of Randolph Drive Southwest in Bradley County. Thankfully, no one was in the house.
So we're seeing reports of an uprooted tree in Meigs County, about 2 miles east of Highway 30. So there's plenty of those around here. Plenty of tree damage reports from what's from everything that's moved through. Luckily, it looks nice and clear out there, even though the wind's still blowing.
Yeah, I stepped outside. It's definitely warming up out there. 70 degrees is the current temperature, and a little bit of wind, but not too bad.
Tree down Highway 11 between Riceville and Calhoun. We're getting this in. It's multiple trees, plural. Trees down Highway 11 between Riceville and Calhoun. And again, if you know anybody in Murphy, North Carolina, they need to batten down the hatches right now.
So there's a tree across the road on Virgil Reimer Road. Someone texted that in, Michael Truelove, looks like he did. And then just reports of a trampoline that flew through the air in the Covenant Hills subdivision. Luckily, there's no damage there.
Well, that's a new one, and I was actually talking to my mother earlier about trampolines.
I tied mine down this morning before I left the house. So
I thought you were bouncing on it. Aren't you training for the Olympics?
No, I tied it down.
LA 2024?
I will probably never bounce on a trampoline in my life.
Thank God. I mean, you've got so many maladies. It's incredible as it is. So I'm glad you're not going to be doing a trapeze act on the trampoline. Where was that? Covenant Hills?
Yeah, Covenant Hills subdivision. Let's see here.
That's off of Benton Pike, I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Bridget, what do you have over there? What are you watching? And we're about to switch gears here in a few minutes.
Yeah, so still just keeping an eye on the radar. Ducktown looks like they are in the thick of it right now, and as it continues to track east into western North Carolina.
Well, that sun looks good in Bradley County. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you right now. Hey, Bridget, we just, again, we want to thank the audience, the viewing audience, the listening audience, because, boy, they stepped up today, didn't they?
Yeah, definitely. All the calls and texts that we received, letting us know, what's happening out there.
Normally you complain about the people calling and texting.
I do not.
Normally you do, but anyway. Dwayne, what do you got?
Kind of echoing what you guys were just saying. I mean, it's so refreshing for us to be here. We're confined to a little room, and we're looking out of a window, a normal-sized window. But if it wasn't for Troy Spence and Sean Fairbanks and everyone else you're getting texts from, and then the HHM text line, and then all of the people calling and texting in, we could not report the way that we do down to the precise area of a neighborhood, a community, a road. That's what makes this community so special, is being able to know that we've got those watchers and those people that are listening to our station during these times. We need to be, we're the platform to get it out, but they're the eyes and the ears for us.
Murphy, North Carolina, again in that area, and they're really beginning to really get it. North Georgia down into Calhoun, still seeing purple down there. When I say purple, folks, talk about the radar screen, that extreme color. Mm-hmm. That's the most extreme color on the map on a radar.
That's probably a substation.
And we are still getting it. I just got a report from Sean Fairbanks. Thank you, Sean. Let's see here. He is telling me that now this is a good sign. The storm-ready rooms are closing. 106 people use the various storm ready rooms today in Bradley County, and that is the Bradley County Fire Station storm ready rooms closing. 106 people use the various rooms, and also the EOC is closing, which is very positive signs at this hour. But the tornado watch does it. It is there is a tornado watch until 5 o'clock. It's a wide watch. It's all of our listening area, but it's still there.
Yeah, I'd say once that storm moves past Murphy and Robbinsville, I'll say that they'll probably cancel that. But there's still some strong storms that can come pulling in from behind the storm. So we're just showing that. But actually, Dwayne's we've got some new power outages to report.
Yeah, Cleveland Utilities is now reporting. This just popped up. Austin was doing some scanning through some of the tabs that he had open, and we're reporting on probably the South Lee Highway area around 600 people without power with Cleveland Utilities. So that could be a substation, something along those lines. That just popped literally moments ago from a refresh that Austin did, and so that's probably just and it looks like a very isolated area, so it could be a substation or something.
Well, we watched South Bradley County, which it actually turned out when things shifted, South Bradley County got the worst of it. Mm-hmm. We sit here, we have obviously no knowledge. I don't. I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, no kidding. South Bradley, they're on the Georgia line, really got a lot of it. So that makes a lot of sense. How many without power down there?
We said around 600, a little over 600 without power there. Steve, kind of reiterating what you said about the tornado watch, going back to that's one of those things they say a watch usually covers a large area, usually several cities, counties, and sometimes even multiple states. They put that out for a large area. So even though we're kind of feels like we're in the clear here, there is those outlying areas that's still part of that watch area that may be another hour or so before they're in the clear. So a watch is not usually given out for just a small area like Bradley County or Cleveland. It's usually a much larger area than that.
Mix 104.1, Austin, before we do that.
They've extended that tornado warning for the LJ area down just south of Blue Ridge until 3:45. So
another 10 minutes.
Yeah, another 10 minutes. We're still following that. So they've extended another 10 minutes or so. Still watching that cell that's on the ground. I'm curious to see what might come of that.
Yeah, and again, Murphy, North Carolina, really about to get it. McKaysville, Georgia, the storm system just went through there. That's been an interesting thing. It's been a single storm system. It was a single long system from southern Kentucky all the way down to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and it came through here very quickly. And left very quickly, it seems.
Steve, statewide, over 290,000 people have been without power in the state of Tennessee that we're just seeing a report on. So this storm has packed a punch across the whole state of Tennessee. Over 290,000 people statewide.
Did it go across the state? I think it did.
Yep.
Did it go across? I think it did. I think it went the entire state.
Okay, so there's a new tornado warning out to the east of us for the North Carolina, right there along the border. Let's see here, central Cherokee County, North Carolina, Monroe County is in that section also. So it looks like there is a radar indicated tornado-like spin happening there, and so as it's moving out of the area, there's still a little bit of activity happening.
Monroe County, Tennessee.
Yes.
Because they are also in that thunderstorm warning that Dwayne talked about till 4:40.
Yeah, so to the east of Ducktown, Murphy, and if you're in Andrews, Murphy, just below Tellico Plains, there's some activity happening there. They've issued a tornado warning until 3:45 also, I believe.
All right. We are going to take a break right here, and we're going to shift our coverage a little bit. You are listening to Mix 104.1, Talk 101.3 The Buzz, Fiesta 99.1 FM, and we've been on MixTV.tv, and we are going, as I said, to shift gears a little bit on a Friday afternoon and get you more to some regular programming now that the threat has lifted out of Cleveland and Bradley County. As Dwayne was talking about, tornado watch until 5 o'clock. Thunderstorm warning, Polk, Monroe, McMinn until 4:40. Austin, how long is that tornado warning in Monroe County? You have that?
I think you said 4. No, that was the earlier one that's going to expire.
Yes, so that one is until 4 p.m. So that's until
About
4 p.m.
24 minutes.
Yep.
All right, we're going to, Bridget, anything you need to add here before we transition a little bit?
I think we're good.
Austin, question, will you be doing any kind of trapeze acts on your trampoline that we can come watch, maybe this weekend?
Absolutely not. In case anyone is curious, I hurt my back a couple of weeks ago.
We know.
Whenever Steve was yelling at me on Monday morning last week, that's what it was. I could barely walk around.
It was last Friday. You screamed.
Luckily, yeah, well.
I thought you were in The Shining. I've never heard anything like it.
I say we won't talk about that. You'll continue to talk about that. Bridget has laughed at me more in the past week than she has the entire time I've been here. And
in front of you. She laughs at you all the time. Behind your back.
I did sneeze last week, and it hurt pretty bad. Yeah. So, but luckily, I'm feeling a little bit better, in case anybody's wondering.
Hope nobody cares.
But I am not going to be jumping on any trampolines anytime soon.
That's too bad. Dwayne, this is actually your show that we're infringing on right here, the Mix Afternoon Drive.
It's what it's for, is to get people safe and keep them safe on an afternoon, and that's what we've done our best job to try to do this afternoon. And we hope that people will stay in. We'll hang in here with them a little while longer and maybe lighten it up a little bit. One thing we want to keep in mind, not that we haven't heard anything different, and based on the weather, you'd think this would still be going on tonight. I was kind of worried about this morning. Black Fox, they came in, talked about the musical they're doing tonight.
Brandon Akiona, sure.
Yep. And you could just tell that those kids were so eager to be able to do their performances tonight. Yeah. And as we were doing the interview earlier today, not knowing how long this was going to stick around and things like that, we haven't got anything saying it is or it isn't going on. We just got to feel that it is based on what we're noticing 3 hours before it's supposed to happen. But I'm so grateful that this has gotten in and gotten out and not any worse than what it is. Things like that. Kids that work hard, they're only doing it 2 shows. You want to make sure they get it on. So Aladdin Jr. tonight, Disney Aladdin Jr. going on at Black Fox Elementary in the gymnasium. We encourage, if you've been stressed out this afternoon and you're looking for some fun, lightheartedness to do tonight, maybe go check out that musical.
Great idea. And I will say another active question would be about after-school activities in the Bradley County and Cleveland City school system. Now, we've not heard yet. That was postponed as of yesterday. Said they'd make a decision after the weather passed through. So we'll follow up on that. There's some athletic events. The CYBL championship games continue tonight. So some other stuff happening here, and we will follow up. All right, we're going to take a break right here. Thank you very much. And again, thanks to our audience for keeping everyone informed. This is Steve Hartline, Mix 104.1, MixTV.tv, and thanks to Talk 101.3 The Buzz and Fiesta 99.1. We're back in a moment.